way more importantly than that, we have seen through the history of college athletics, who hired you matters a lot. And Deion's going to have a new boss. And so how I would, oh man, we're going to get layers here. So
he was ready for this one.
Right.
No.
We're going to talk about it today.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to talk about it. But so what do you think the school itself thinks of Deion Sanders? Like the university, the chancellors, like all those people, right?
Well, I don't think it was ever going to happen. Phil, don't jump down my throat. But they acted. They acted. You're always that way.
Oh, you should have seen him yesterday.
Until you trigger me.
Before Deion, that university acted like football didn't matter. Outside of 2016, but due respect, they acted like football didn't matter. So if you're asking what do the chancellors think, are we making money? What's the answer? Oh, that's what we think.
So, okay, problem, Cecil.
Yeah.
They're not making the money that people think that they are. And I brought this up last week. USA Today wrote an expose that is long and kind of boring. But if you want to know the nitty-gritty, go Google it. It came out about a month ago. The university, so much like a lot of people in life that make a lot of money, they also do what?
Spend a lot
of money.
Yeah.
Colorado is spending a ton of money on their football program. A ton, all right? On Deion Sanders being the biggest bill among them, but then right on down. But don't forget, they had to write checks for other coaching staffs to go away, all right? So would you believe, because how often have we heard over the last 2 years, man, they're just making so much money, they're printing money.
Right.
They're not. They're making that money, but they're spending more to the point where the university is currently, and Colorado's not the only school like this, okay?
Yeah.
It does happen around the country. The school itself, the university, at the end of the year is writing a check to bridge the gap of what they're spending and what they're actually making. So here's what I would reverse it. The people at Colorado who did not care about football before Deion got there, hire Deion, you have all this attention, you have all these bills, but the school is still having to write the check to float the athletic department. Here's the thing. It's going to get worse if the losses keep coming because people are still going to the games. They're still selling the merch. But if you have another year like this and the interest fades, but the bills stay the same, those people might get real annoyed with the football program. And so to back it up to the athletic department, the AD, the future AD, when they are going through that process of who they're going to hire because they're going to have a bunch of applicants, what does that person think about the current dynamic financially? And that will get explored during the hiring process. So what type of athletic director, and I know this is like more in the weeds with the university and all this stuff,
it
but
gets deep, but it's
super relevant.
For sure.
It's super relevant. So if they are getting annoyed with the program and that the wins aren't backing up with the bills and you're on the hook for it as a school, you might hire an athletic director who is of the mind, I'm not here to make prime work. I'm here to make Colorado athletics work. And if he's not making Colorado athletics work with those kind of bills, we need to trim this payroll. It could be conversations like that.
The issue about that is football runs the world in college.
Of course.
And so you better make this work with Coach Prime, no matter who you are, because if you're going to start to bring in money, no matter what you do, if you're athletic director, it starts with your football program. It's not the basketball team, the women's soccer, any of that.
No, of course.
So for this athletic director that's coming in, they're going to tell him, you got to make this work with Coach Prime because, one, they're paying a lot of money for him. He's not going to go anywhere. But also, the football team is what runs this.
I understand.
This cycle.
I understand. But what I'm saying is, if the wins don't keep coming.
Yeah.
And you're on the hook for those bills, and that continues to happen, and his buyout is shrinking, then you might be able to like cost correct things and hit the reset button if you feel like you're over their head.
It's almost hey, do we chase our tail for the next 4 years, or do we cut the tail off, solderize that thing, and stop the bleeding?
So that's why I felt like I needed to get into this. I was going to wait for later, but when you say if 1 year from now, if they have another 3-7 season, and that's your first impression to your new boss while you lose money, to answer your question, could his seat get warm? I absolutely think it could get warm as the buyout shrinks if the losses keep coming.
It's interesting to think about like the dynamic up there of it was like track and field we were talking about last week of if you're a coach, a student that has or a teacher that has a student that is one of those athletes and you see it go away and how it affects their lives, I think that's human nature to go like, we're doing all this for a 3-win football team? I can only speak for me, but if I were in that situation in one of those, I'd be bitter. I'd be something about it for sure. I'd be in my feelings about it 100%.
I'm just fascinated what the actual dynamics are behind the scenes with the human beings and principles involved, because I think it could be potentially very different from what we see in these forward-facing conversations and, hey, everything's great. I don't know. I think that if you went up there and really peeled back some layers and talked to some people off the record, like, I don't think everyone up in Boulder is in love with the Deion Sanders thing. I'll say that.
Winning cures everything, and when you're not winning, things come out.
Well, then it exposes.
I'm with you. There's a lot of frustrated people right now because the Buffs are 3-7.
Yeah.
And they want this to turn around. There's been a lot of money forked up to have Coach Prime here, to have the coaching staff here, to have some of these players here. Even the quarterback that decided they wanted to bench, they had to pay for.
Correct.
And so now there's a bunch of people out there, or donors, I should say, that are not happy.
And here's the thing. You say a lot of money's been forked up. A lot of money's been also forked out for people to go away. And CU just doesn't have that kind of money. They don't. They can't even get to the $20.5 million revenue share. So if you're paying Sean Lewis to go away and they're going to pay Pat Shurmur to go away, like if I'm the new AD that's coming in and you're like, wait, so we fired another offensive coach, but the one that you fired before that was actually really good at his job and he's now the head coach and he's 7-1 as of last week.
Yeah.
And it's like you start to unpack and ask these questions of like, okay, so wait, how much is Warren Sapp costing us? Okay, what does Marshall Faulk make? Like, and you just start going through these conversations. Man, again, when you don't hire Deion and you look at the entire situation with clear and sober eyes, boy, you better start winning. And Deion Sanders says it's going to come soon, and he's the guy for the job. You were the guy who branded yourself as the quick flipper.
Yeah.
So that fan base should actually not have a lot of patience with Deion Sanders when that was your brand. In addition to him not really trying to recruit. He has yet to do a home visit. So at what point is like, when are you going to actually start meeting the industry standard from a work ethic standpoint?
They've met the standard for paying you, and I asked Dover earlier, do we believe that Deion Sanders will change his ways when it comes to in-home recruiting? We all know the answer is no.
I don't think he would. Why would he change anything? He's this successful.
Do you guys think it's the recruiting that's the issue, though? Do you think
I think they have a talent issue.
You can't just transfer portal your way out of this.
Why do you think that when we were just competing, we could have beat Georgia Tech, we could have beat some of the BYU, all right, we upset Iowa State? You know, like you're in these games. You're not in it with bad players. You're in it because you have athletic players that are as good as some of these players that you're playing.
But do you have a team? You have athletic players. You get at the transfer portal, but do you craft a team?
But see, that's the thing.
2016, you guys had a team.
A team, but we also had a good coach. As much as Mike McIntyre was he the greatest coach, did he have a winning record at the end of his career with the Colorado Buffaloes? No. But he was all about building culture and building from the ground up and recruiting and then sticking with his kids, where, like you just got in saying, for Coach Prime, it's all about the flip. There's no culture there. There's nothing that you stand for when things get bad.
There's your problem then.
Well, and I was going to say,
that's coaching. That's not the players.
You guys, and everybody says this in all the sports, I'm playing for the guy next to me. I'm doing it for Zach.
Yeah.
And then Zach's doing it for Phil. Phil's doing it for Cecil. When Prime's selling Instagram reels, do it for yourself. Put a reel out there. Go get paid. Get your NIL bag. Then I don't care about Zach then. I care about my bag and my Instagram reel. And then it makes it difficult to perform caring about Zach.
Look, I've said repeatedly, I don't think Deion Sanders is a good coach. All right. I don't. But I also do not believe that they have maximized. Do they have talent more than before he got there? Yes. Is it near the top of the Big 12? I do not believe so. But also, I do not believe that they have maximized the talent pool when you don't recruit. If Deion Sanders ever walked into a living room, I mean, that's a game changer. So you're not maxing your opportunities because you're lacking the work ethic.
So tell me this: do you believe that Texas Tech is going in there maximizing the recruit, or are they throwing a check at him saying, "Here,
I think they're doing both."
The highest paid.
If you don't think Joey McGuire is doing home visits, you're nuts.
I think
but
that,
they have the check to back it up.
There you go. I think that you could do a home visit, but not every coach is going to be relatable to a player. But you throw a check out to an 18-year-old,
but here's the problem.
You're going to go there.
But here's the problem for your buffs.
But
here's the problem for your buffs. You don't do the recruiting, and you don't have the money.
So tell me this. You say we're not doing the recruiting, but you got
Deion's
players.
not doing the recruiting. Deion's not doing the recruiting.
If he's not doing the recruiting, but these players, these 4 stars, these 5 stars that they talk about, they're coming in the building. They're there. They're like Juju as a 5-star. He is there.
So
it's
you
not
think
a player issue.
So
it's a coaching
Phil,
issue.
do you think they're maximizing the talent pool by not recruiting like the rest of the country?
I think that what they're doing is they're doing it their way. They're getting the players to come to them to see the school. What do you want? Do you want somebody to come to your house?
Your way's not working.
Okay, it's not. Okay,
this is a 3-win football team.
Hold up, it's a 3. Yes, but why?
Deion Sanders is under 500.
But why?
That's with Shador and Travis.
Because it's coaching. It's coaching.
So Deion Sanders is not a good coach.
He's not a good coach right now.
Okay.
And I've always said that. But I will say this: you are only as good as the coaches around you. So when you're not a good coach when it comes to X's and O's, you need to have an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator that you can trust. We have said this multiple times. I can agree with you on that. But they have talent that's coming in and out of that building.
Do you think they're maximizing the talent pool by Deion Sanders not recruiting?
So as long as if once Deion steps foot into somebody's living room, that's maximizing? There's more to it, though.
No, I'm asking you a simple and straightforward question. Do you think Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes are maximizing their recruiting opportunities by Deion Sanders?
Yes,
or the most dynamic.
I do because he's bringing these players to the school.
Phil,
where they're going to
I'm
be.
I'm talking about maximizing it.
What's
Nick Saban would go into a home. Deion Sanders won't.
Why did Nick Saban get out of it?
Why
did Nick Saban get out of this all of a sudden?
We'll continue this conversation coming up next.
Has the regular season goal for the Denver Nuggets already been established?
This is a 2-team race in the entire NBA. There's 2 teams, and then there's everybody else. There's the Nuggets and Oklahoma City. And they both play in the same division. They both play in the same conference. And to me, this is just simply about a regular season race to see who can finish with a better record so that they have Game 7 in their building.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What is going on, gentlemen? Specifically, I'm talking to you guys today, and I'm here to tell you that my guys at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic are experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men that are dealing with low T, and a lot of these men have seen amazing differences that these treatments can make in their life. And they can do the exact same thing for you as well. So if you're like a lot of these guys, once you get on their treatments, within just a few weeks, you'll feel your energy return, the brain fog will go away, your sleep will improve, as with those workouts. And gentlemen, that sex drive that we all desire will significantly enhance as well. All I need you to do is take the Low T quiz on their website. It's a simple 10-question quiz full of yes or no answers. It takes 2 minutes to do, so it's not going to take a lot of time out of your day. Then what you're going to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where they're going to draw your blood and have the results within 30 minutes. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. Go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Planning out your holiday pictures? Let's move you to the front because at Soda Weight Loss, you could drop the belly fat and gain your confidence back, just like Ramon.
I used to dread those pictures. I'd position myself behind someone taller or make sure I was holding a plate so nobody focused on my belly. But that was before Soda. Soda gave me more than a smaller waistline. It gave me back the confidence to wear what I want. And they make it simple. No injections, no hunger, just a plan that works.
Soda Weight Loss is built for busy people like you.
I lost 82 pounds in just 16 weeks, No hunger, no drugs, just steady, real-life progress with the nutritionist who helps you every step of the way.
That's why Soda has nearly 9,000 Google reviews. And right now, the most popular offer of the season is back. Join today, and your partner joins free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This has been a test of the emergency alert system.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthew's Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. No shipping your watch off to the internet site and waiting to get a check. Bring your used Rolex into Matthews. We have been servicing Colorado since 1951. Located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center. Matthews, we buy, sell, and service Rolex watches.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at matthewsfinewatches.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss, presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Wednesday, November 19th, in a show that just started as just about as spicy as any show that we've done together, or somewhere up there.
Yeah, every once in a while.
How you doing, dude?
I'm great, man. How you doing? How you doing? I mean, it's a hump day. It's a Wednesday.
It is a hump day. It is a Wednesday.
For me, it's always good when I get to take my son to school, mess with little Sophia for a little while, mess around with my wife, make her mad, piss her off a little bit, and then I can get my day started. As long as everybody is upset with that in some type of way, I'm a big instigator, Zach. I like to kind of rile people up, as you already know.
Well,
then I run. How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I did not see our show starting like that. Very spicy. So we'll change our plans just to kind of keep the conversation going, because we were going to get to it later this hour anyway. And the conversation with Deion Sanders and the big picture, it's just getting started here. As the season is winding down, CU fell extremely short of expectation. All right, considering that Deion Sanders told us all with conviction that this was a better team than he had a year ago.
I had them winning 9 games.
You did?
Yeah. Remember we had that conversation? I said 9 games. 9 wins. I was bullish.
And then I went in the commercial break and sent a message to HR to have you drug tested. So obviously this season hasn't gone well. It's gone way lower than even anyone could have thought.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember we were doing the floors and ceilings conversations, and I thought the floor could be 4 or 5 wins. I think they're at 3 right now.
Yeah.
So big picture questions are going to start happening. And Deion is answering like big picture questions about his own job status that we'll get into later in the show. But basically, he has promised he's the guy to fix this. He's the guy to fix this. He was supposed to be the guy to fix it when he got here.
Yeah,
right.
The Louis luggage,
the great flip, and it just hasn't materialized. Now they had the good season. You got to give them credit for that. You can't just take it away.
Heisman winner, 9 wins. I had everybody excited, wearing the glasses. It was a great season in year 2 for Coach Prime. At the time, it was going into year 2 for him.
Yes. Going back to the conversation that we were just having, and there's so many layers to this. When you start talking about the university and the chancellors and stuff that we were talking, and
you're going to have to bring that up because I think we look at it as just football and the athletic director.
Yes.
But what you did there is you took us behind the scene of what's really going on when it comes to just having to fork up money if you're Colorado University.
Yes.
To the athletic program.
Yes.
Which, yes, they are printing money, but they're spending it all too.
So, how do those people feel about Deion and the football program? Because if you can find out the answer to that question, and I don't know, I really don't know. I'm speculating with the information that I have, and a piece of that information is that you would think that CU is coming out with a profit. They're not. That's why they put the turf in, guys.
Yes.
To try to have more events. They are banging on every door that they can think of to try to raise money. They're trying to get creative with ways to raise money.
Hell, I don't think they even have enough money to pay or buy out Coach Prime. They're trying to find ways to pay Coach Prime every single year.
Correct. And this goes back to, hey, how are you going to pay for Coach Prime? And Rick George said, we don't know yet, but we're going to find a way. So basically, CU has been operating on this, and this is not the right way to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's like a robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's like the university is making more money, but they're spending more money, and the athletic department is actually in the red, and the university is writing that check to bridge the gap, and I'm sure they're not happy about it. Of like, hey, because and just to reset what I had already mentioned in the crosstalk, if the losses continue to come, the money coming in will not dry up, but it's going to be significantly less.
Yeah, it won't be as much.
And because 2 years ago it was like, hey, every game sold out. I'm watching a press conference last week, or the week ahead of the most recent game, and it was like, is the game sold out? No, we still have tickets. Come on, guys, we can sell this out. But if it continues to trend like that, the bills stay the same, the money coming in shrinks, and you could see, and as the buyout shrinks, it comes back to a question that I have right now. What kind of athletic director do you want to hire?
Yeah.
And are you looking to hire? And it's a really big conversation. It's kind of dry. It's not like super fun and exciting. Yeah. We're not talking about touchdown passes, but it's extremely relevant.
It's important to know who the next AD is going to be, because whoever's the next AD, one, has a bunch of things that they're going to have to clear up, not just with the football program, but with every athletic sports team that he or she has to deal with. On top of that, they have to figure out what they are going to do with the football program. And now for Coach Prime, you don't have Rick George seemed to let you do anything you wanted to do.
Yes, I was an
now
ally.
Now you're going to maybe having to answer to somebody.
Correct.
Like a boss. And so now somebody's holding you accountable, which now forces you to go out there and be a better version of yourself. Everybody needs to be held accountable at some point. We all have bosses. Even when I go home, my wife at times is my boss to make sure that I'm doing daddy duty. So we all need to be held accountable. And now that Coach Prime is sitting there waiting to see who the AD is going to be, because he's not going to have any say.
No.
He's going to be forced to be held accountable for his actions when it comes to this football team and winning games.
Yeah. I'm telling you, and to go back what we were really getting into it before the break, if I'm the new athletic director and these losses continue, the number one question I'm asking, because when Deion Sanders is in front of people, he is, man, some version between, like some hybrid strain from
he's special,
a motivational speaker mixed with like a Southern preacher. Like he's got this gravitas to him that like he is magnetic. And this is part of what makes him Deion Sanders. And I would just say, if I'm the new athletic director and you're losing games, I'm like, tell me again why you don't recruit. You have a superpower. But you're tucking that cape in the back of your coat. And I think that, do they have a coaching issue? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. We, for as much as we disagree on that, on all this stuff, like we agree on that. Yeah. But like, that'd be number one of like, why aren't you working more at this?
For you, I'm just interested because it seems like you're saying that they also have a talent issue.
They are more talented than they've been in the past, leading up to the Deion era. But I just refuse to believe. I mean, I have really got to like shut the logic center off in my brain because you don't have the NIL money that other schools do. So how can you bridge that gap? How can you maximize acquiring talent, which is literally the name of college football? And I just refuse to believe that they have maximized the talent pool. Not saying they haven't recruited good, talented athletes. They have.
So what would consider maximizing it for? What would be the ultimate maximizer, if that's even a word? I just made it up probably. What needs to happen?
Be more active. Be more proactive. Phil, I'm telling you, there is one coach in the country that doesn't do home visits. One. And it's Deion. So when you're losing games and Kirby Smart, who's got the NIL money, is still going into homes and persistently calling kids and being the first point of contact to a sophomore and planting that seed. And like, I just think that, like,
but we don't know what Coach Prime's doing or not doing. Like,
I mean,
for all we know, he's still calling these players. He's flying them and their families up there to the place where they can see where they're going to be for the next 4 or 5 years. But they're having sit-down conversations.
But the most talented recruits are having the same schools willing to wine and dine them, give them the NIL check, and go into their homes. I just don't think CU is in a position to not try to do everything that they can. And I do I think that Deion Sanders is a great football coach? No, I don't. And it's not unique. He was a great player. Michael Jordan couldn't run a basketball team. Wayne Gretzky couldn't coach hockey.
You're talking about the X's and O's of football.
Yes. He's got one superpower, and it's his personality. And I refuse to believe that it's been maximized when you're the one coach who doesn't.
Well, I just feel like in a way you're making that an excuse for him.
Oh.
And what I'm saying is like, hey, if you go into these houses, you'll get more players. But what I'm saying is he has the players. He has 20, 30 new players every single year. He's going to continue to because it's Deion Sanders. This is where it becomes more of a coaching issue in the coaches around him than the players, than the recruiting process. The players are there. They have been this team that he has is more talented than any of the teams I've ever been a part of. And even in the 2016 team,
I don't believe that.
I just think that, but there's other things to it, Zach. We built a culture. We were together. We knew each other since we were freshmen to when we were seniors, which is different than what they're doing up there in Boulder or even what college football is doing now, where it's just like plug and play. You don't know the guy next to you, but you guys are going to go out there and you have to play for each other. That's hard to do. But all I'm saying is there is talent there, but the coaching needs to be better.
And I agree with the second part. I give you minor pushback with the first part. I think there's talent up there. I think it could be better by untucking that cape and being who you are in the recruiting process in a more first-hand account way. We'll circle back to it later in the show. We're going to hear from Deion Sanders. In the meantime, I have a question as it relates to the Broncos, a position of need, and a potential do-over from last spring. That's next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know there's at least 50 of you listening right now who are thinking about popping that question soon. And you know you need a diamond. So I'm going to save you some time and money right now by telling you this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers, for that perfect diamond engagement ring, the ultimate holiday gift, or just because that special somebody really deserves it. This holiday, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, treating you just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
It's Senior Day at Folsom Field on Saturday, November 22nd. Celebrate the Buff senior class as Colorado football takes on the reigning Big 12 champions, Arizona State. It's also the CU Athletics Hall of Fame celebration as we honor and welcome back Buffs legends. The 2025 induction class includes football greats Jeff Campbell, Mason Crosby, and Barry Remington. Grab your tickets now at cubuffs.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. What if you could use the equity in your home to get cash fast? With no appraisal, zero hassle, and less waiting with Cake? You can. The Cake Fast Cash program is like turning your home into your ATM. People are using it to pay off high-interest debt, do renovations, tackle student loans, or cut monthly bills by hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The best part? Your current mortgage rate won't change. With Cake, you also get peace of mind. We're AAA rated by the Better Business Bureau and backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. Cake Mortgage. Your fresh-baked Cake Fast Cash loan is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com for thousands of 5-star reviews.
Red Rock Roofing. Red Rock Roofing stands for greatness, which is why their free inspection videos offer you valuable knowledge and peace of mind about your Red Rock roof. Red Rock roofers use only the finest roofing materials on the market, installing roofs that'll stand up to all Colorado weather, and they'll even upgrade you to impact-resistant shingles at no cost. Call 720-735-ROOF. Visit redrockroofing.com. Red Rock Roofing.
Standing for greatness.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they have a generous deal on windows. Receive $1,000 off every 10 windows you purchase. On top of that, they want to be a part of your Thanksgiving celebration. They will provide you with a $100 gift card to your local grocery store to contribute to your Thanksgiving festivities. Call 5280 Exteriors today to take advantage of this special November promotion. 50 to 80 exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Need a plumber? Euro Plumbing has the lowest prices in town. Rock bottom prices on whole house repipes, sewer line repairs, even water heaters. 720-500-3000.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, hit the pause button on CU and Deion Sanders. Really interesting start to the show. I have a question as it relates to the Broncos, a position of need, and a potential do-over from last spring. All right, and I don't want to get carried away here, but I think it's fair to ask the question, and I don't ever want to be timid in simply asking a question and having a conversation. Now, some listeners will get sensitive, and go ahead. I'm just...
Yeah, it is what it is.
Turn us off if you need to.
There's never a dumb question. That's what I tell my son all the time. It's never a dumb question. Don't ever be afraid, son, to ask me something that you don't know. I don't care what it is.
Yep. No, I agree. I agree with that.
What we're going to do right
now. If you let the Broncos rewind time to the NFL draft, and you gave them an option of a do-over, do you think that they pick up the option to redo the draft? And the answer may be no, absolutely not. They're going to do the same thing every time. Jahdae Barron, they have the belief, and there's been nothing to impact the belief. But you have to, and you guys know the dynamics here, why I'm asking, but I need to say them out loud anyway. The guy who you drafted, Jahdae Barron, to play over.
The crystal, right? Isn't that what Sean and George said? They don't want to pass up on a crystal for a blender.
Yeah. But it turns out, by the looks of it, you may have a crystal at that same position, and now you have two crystals. Because Jaquan McMillan is playing the best football of his career.
Indeed he is.
And also, you're here in a window that you believe is a Super Bowl window, but the next team that wins a Super Bowl that can't run the football will be the first team. And I think it's fair to just ask the question, do you think if you could do the Wayback Machine and just rewind time, do you think the Broncos would do things a little bit differently, or do you think they would do it the exact same?
I do. I believe if they can go back and redo the draft and pick a different player, they would. Now, the first one that comes to my mind, is it a running back? I still question that.
Me too.
Like, I truly think that they would have been more aggressive for a tight end, like Tyler Warren. Because look what Tyler Warren's doing, and look what Sean has said about having a tight end in a joker role. But if they still couldn't get Tyler Warren, the next option is going out there and getting a running back. Somebody like Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
Now, somebody out there might say, well, RJ's doing the same thing as Travion. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Watch the Patriot games. Watch how that man runs the football.
Looks
it's
different.
Just different.
Yep.
Speed kills. The way you get in and out of your cuts is just different with some of these running backs. The explosiveness, catching out of the backfield, blocking. You talk about blocking. Travion Henderson, the rookie, one of the probably the best rookie blocker I've seen in a long time. And blocking sometimes takes time to develop.
Yeah.
Not with that man who was coming out of Ohio State.
And you know who else was out of Ohio State just like that immediately as a blocker? Zeke Elliott.
There you go.
Like just immediately.
Great running back, but also could do some other stuff. Block, catch out of the backfield. That was Travion Henderson for the Denver Broncos if they decided to go that route and draft him in the first round, because you were going to have to draft him in the first round. So, yes, Zach, I believe that Sean Payton would have listened to himself, because Sean has drafted running backs in the first round in the past. Reggie Bush, Mark Ingram, then drafted Alvin Kamara in the third round. So Sean knows about running backs, but I think he would have went with Travion Henderson if he didn't have someone like George Payton in his ear about a defensive guy and a crystal, and maybe you want to go a different route if somebody comes available, because George is a guy that's doing a lot of the scouting. So I think in this case, although I think Sean had the ultimate deciding factor, he decided it.
Yeah.
He was listening to George as well, because this is a partnership. But if they had to redo, they're drafting Travion Henderson, who's with the Patriots and was coming out of Ohio State, to pair up with J.K. Dobbins, because they would have still went out there and acquired a veteran running back to help the rookie out.
Yeah, and traditionally, and this is why each situation is its own, traditionally, no disrespect, But like cornerback in positional value over running back, it's almost every time. But a part of the dynamics here that we have to acknowledge is just the level of play that Jaquan McMillan is playing at. Guys, J-Mac is 25 years old. So if you knew and you had a sneak peek, and it's impossible to know, but if you had a crystal ball a week before the draft that showed you the level of a 25-year-old cornerback was going to play at, in addition to what you had in Riley Moss and Pat Surtain, I just don't know if they would go down that same road despite holding the positional value of cornerback in the highest regard, maybe after only pass rusher, left tackle, and quarterback.
No, because now look at us. We have everything almost.
I know.
Now, the offense has to be consistent. The pass game has to be more consistent. But one thing that we had before J.K. Dobbins went down is we could rely on that run game. The identity of that football team offensively was the running back in the offensive line that they paid a lot of money for. And I always say it, I'm going to say again, it's the second highest paid offensive line in the league with a running back that you got for cheap that was doing really well. Well, now that he's not there and you're scrambling to figure out how you're going to piece things together, and now you have to do a running back by committee, it's gonna stress things out for your offense. It's going to put a lot more pressure on Bo Nix. It's going to put a lot more pressure on these young receivers like Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant to emerge as the number 2 and number 3 receivers earlier than they probably should. It's just make things a little bit more difficult because you don't have a run game you can rely on.
If you want to react to this conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. We will return to this conversation. I think it's interesting and relevant, at least from an interest standpoint, if not like an actual reality standpoint. But we'll shift gears here momentarily. The Nuggets are faced with a similar test tonight that they failed on Monday. What are we looking for tonight? That's next.
Is R.J. Harvey ready to take over the Broncos' backfield?
R.J. Harvey ain't ready. He's not ready. Too much pitter-patter.
I think R.J. Harvey has already established himself in what he is, at least for this year. And that is a guy that's really good out of the backfield catching the ball.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The Fed just dropped rates again, and that's really great news for American homeowners. If you're feeling overwhelmed, thinking about the upcoming holidays, there is no better time than now to get your finances in order. With rates dropping, now is the time to pay off that debt. American Financing is helping homeowners access the equity in their home for instant savings. They're saving people just like you an average of $800 a month, and many are seeing rates in the low fives. That's a game changer compared to those sky-high credit cards. And if you start today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. It costs absolutely nothing to find out how much you can save. The holidays are going to be here before you know it, so don't wait. Call their salary-based mortgage consultants today. American Financing can be reached at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196 for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Greg.
Hi, my name is Greg. I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 10 years. I noticed that I was really tired. I was lethargic. I didn't sleep really well, and I was overweight. My waist was 4 inches over what it should have been. It was really difficult for me to lose the body shape I didn't like. And of course, my marriage, yes. No man in their 40s wants to have low libido in their marriage. I'm really thankful for this therapy because it just makes me feel the man I want to be, active, at home, everywhere. If you're feeling like I was, call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today and get checked. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Thanks, Greg. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Be careful if you haven't filed taxes in a while. The IRS is going after non-filers like never before. Whether you have income taxes or payroll taxes that have not been filed, Advanced Tax Solutions can help you get back in the system and avoid trouble with the IRS before they show up or send you a scary letter. Call the people I trust, Advanced Tax Solutions. They'll help you get back into the system and off the IRS's radar. 303-753-6040 or visit AdvancedTaxSolutions.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, a new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Broncos country. Football season is in full swing. Whether you're bundling up at Empower Field or heading to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, make sure you get there on time and in style. Let my friends at Hermes Worldwide tackle the traffic and parking hassles for you, and all you need to do is sit back, relax, stay warm, and enjoy the ride while they get you to and from the game safely, so you can focus on the important stuff, like watching your favorite team stack those wins or making as many memories as possible with your loved one and friends. All you need to do is call Hermes Worldwide today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go. Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
We have a Nuggets game tonight, and I can't wait to talk about it. Despite the matchup, I think it's interesting, and we'll talk about why here in about 25 seconds. First, got to call a name for the flyaway, Leslie Lucero. You have 10 minutes to call us back at 303 Lucero. Much better. 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale. Round trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix. 2 nights hotel stay and a $500 Visa gift card. Leslie Lucero. Call us back at 303-713-1043. Hey, if you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyway.com. Make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. All right, so the Nuggets faced a similar test on Monday that they will face tonight. All right, a basketball team that is not in great shape.
Yep.
Okay, this one's actually far worse than Monday night in terms of Chicago, but the Bulls came in here riding a 5-game losing streak and playing on the second night of a back-to-back in a game that went to double overtime, and the Nuggets were outplayed almost start to finish. Tonight they play a Pelicans team at 6 o'clock who has literally already fired their coach.
That's insane. That's insane to think. Were we in hockey? Like literally, let's just get rid of the coach right off the bat.
10-2 start. Willie Green was shown the door. The Pelicans have lost 6 in a row, much like the Bulls, who came in here losers of 5 in a row. What are you looking for tonight?
You know what? You say it all the time, Zach, and I'm going to steal it from you, and you're probably going to say it too. A professional mannerism. Did I say that right? I want to see these guys take a professional approach.
A professional approach.
There we go. Professional approach and just handle business. Start fast, finish strong. Make your shots. Make the buckets in the paint. Close out. Get the rebounds. Play some defense, especially on the perimeter, and make it easy for yourself. By the fourth quarter of this game, you should have the starters out. Specifically, you need to have Jokic out of the game. The bench needs to do their part. Not 9 points. That was crazy what you said yesterday, where the bench scored 9 points.
And allowed the Bulls bench to score 66.
There you go. That's insane. That can't happen. Now, you're on the road against a Pelicans team that is not good, that does not have a head coach. So handle business, get back on track, and let's go from there, Zach.
Well, even after the new coach took over, James Borrego, they got smacked by the Warriors, 124-106. And got it put up their keister by the Thunder, 126-109. So back-to-back blowout losses. But those are 2 good teams. The Nuggets are also a good team. So going back to the professional approach, if they have a focus level, if they have an intensity level, acknowledge that these are other NBA players they're going against, the Nuggets should win and, quite frankly, cover the damn spread, which is a massive number right now. I believe it's 14. It was 14.5 this morning, so coming down a little bit. So, yeah, this is a team that should not be able to score with the Denver Nuggets. No Zion Williamson. He is out with a hamstring. He's played.
Always out.
He is. That's the story so far of his career. Also, Jordan Poole, who averages 17 points a game for them, he is also out. So you consider the dynamics here, and you look at the way that the Nuggets are able to score. If they play a lick of defense and just continue to score how they score, they should. There's no way the Pelicans should be able to hang with the Denver Nuggets. The score should be somewhere around what I just said the last two games are. Nuggets somewhere in the 120s, 118, 128, maybe 130.
Yeah.
And the Pelicans will hover around 104, 109, something like that. That's how it should go if the Nuggets show up and handle business.
What one player are you keeping your eye on tonight?
You know what? I think the easy answer is Cam Johnson, coming off his best performance by a country mile on Monday night. We were both in the building to see that. Really a sight for sore eyes. But I'll say Payton Watson. I want to see Payton Watson continue to develop. I think he's on a really good path here as he's been given an opportunity to start in the stead of Christian Brown. So I want to see that continue to develop. I mean, he's still such a young basketball player, really high ceiling, no extension for him, but he has been professional, and I think all things considered, pretty good.
You know, the guy for me, of course, I want to see Cam Johnson tear it up again. He was on display, a great display against the Bulls. But what I want to see is JV, Zach. I want to see what he looks like. He should get more minutes because you're going up against a bad team, so the bench should be able to play a lot more. I want to see what he does when he's just getting the ball around. I want him to be a little bit more aggressive. We need him for the playoffs. We need to be able to be confident when he's in there that the 9 Jokic minutes are going to be A-okay with JV being the guy that's going to have the ball run through him at times because he's that big man that can pass the ball and can shoot the mid-range shot sometimes. So I want to see what JV does against a bad team and if he can kind of just turn it on and be more aggressive.
All right, game time is at 6 o'clock. By the way, let me just shoehorn this in on the way out here. You remember in the preseason, even before the preseason, in the offseason when they acquired Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah.
I said, man, great addition, valuable. It's going to be massive for all the reasons that we know. I don't need to itemize them. But I said, I don't know if he's going to play every night in the playoffs. Do you remember me saying that?
I remember because I was scratching my head.
Yeah, and definitely going against the grain a little bit. And I said, it's just matchup dependent. We saw it on Monday night. Chicago went small, spread the court out.
Yeah.
And that's not a place for JV to be playing in that game. And he played 5 minutes. So just keep that in the back of our mind in terms of, and it's not hyper relevant, but just keep that in mind. I'm not sure he's going to be an every night player depending on the series. So there could be a series where he's playing 16 minutes. Could be another series where he's playing 4 or 5 minutes a night. So I just wanted to mention that. Okay. We may be living in a golden age of Denver sports. So who's got the best shot to make it all the way? That's next.
Is Vance Joseph coaching his way toward a much bigger opportunity after this season?
You have the league's best defense. You're going to end up flirting with the all-time NFL sack record, and you're doing it without the Defensive Player of the Year and your leading tackler, who are two different people?
Yeah.
Phil, he's got 6 more regular season games left in Denver.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Peyton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I know you didn't plan to hear from me this early, but I'm tired of lugging this bowl full of jelly around. That's why me and Mrs. Claus are with Soda Weight Loss now. I'm losing 6 pounds a week. My knees are loving my results, and I'm keeping up with the elves again. And the wife, she's all about this healthier me. Keeps telling me I'm slaying.
Ready to slay all those holiday pictures? Get photo ready and join Soda Weight Loss right now. When you join, your partner joins for free.
With all the weight I've been losing with Soda Weight Loss, they're gonna have to make a whole new Santa suit for the big ride.
Real support and help from nutritionists who are just a call or text away. Take advantage of Soda Weight Loss's partner program. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Select Help, how can we help?
Hi, my CEO needs a POV on the ROI of HD HPs. By EOD.
Okay, so you're a small business. Let's start there.
How'd you know that?
Let's just say it's not my first RODEO. Get it? Rodeo.
Oh, right. Letters.
Let's get started.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health. Insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Brandon Stokely here for Colorado's hometown HVAC team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Is your heating system struggling to perform and need to be traded? It has never been easier to get a quote for a new heating system. Rocks Heating and Air offers a free online heating and cooling quoting system so that you can quickly and accurately get pricing on a new system. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair, ROX, Rocks, Heating and Air.
CU fans, keep your fix going with Denver Sports CU Football Post-Game Recap. Available every home game exclusively on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Presented by Corwin Toyota Boulder. Family driven for over 100 years.
For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, save big this holiday season. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Imagine almost every jewelry legend all under one roof.
Roberto Coin, Marco Biccigo, Ippolita, Paul Morelli, Mickey Moto, Tacori, Hearts on Fire, and dozens more, all in one store.
Imagine a diamond bar with almost every size, shape, and price range GIA diamonds.
And a Swiss watch center with all the great marks, including Longines and the legendary Tudor. I'm Dylan.
I'm Shayna Williams, inviting you to Williams Jewelers of Inglewood.
We've built one of the largest jewelry stores in America with one vision.
To be the only jeweler you will ever need.
For that perfect diamond engagement ring.
The ultimate holiday gift.
Or just because you deserve it. Williams Jewelers of Inglewood at the corner of Broadway and Bellevue.
Now, imagine their face Christmas morning.
This holiday, come to Williams Jewelers.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche. Williams Jewelers, where Colorado shines.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you on a hump day, November 19th. Appreciate you guys so much for being here with us. That was a really fast first hour. Just absolutely flew by. And
stretch today. Get the strings loose. And that's why we're so fast right now, Zach.
I love it. I love it. I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about our sports teams here as a whole in a way that we don't typically. Because, man, right now, Phil, we may be living in truly a golden age of Denver sports that we look back upon. Because this is so cyclical. There will be a day where the Nuggets are down. There will be a day when the Avs are back down.
Sports.
It's sports. But for this moment right now, where the Broncos are good, the Nuggets are good, and the Avs are good, and if they continue what we think that some of these teams can do, man, we may be looking back at this 10, 15 years from now with the most fondness of memory as we're talking about maybe teams that are going through it once again.
I always say, hey, we're spoiled to watch the Denver Nuggets because of Jokic and how Jokic was able to bring us a championship. We're spoiled to watch the Colorado Avalanche and Kale and Nate Dogg. We're spoiled right now because the Denver Broncos are finally good again, and we have a head coach in Sean Payton that knows how to win. We have a quarterback that a lot of us are hoping that he's the guy, and a lot of other people already think he is the guy. So we're spoiled to have our sports teams dominating. And we're also spoiled that for the Colorado Rockies, we don't have to watch them lose for another 4 or 5 months.
Right, it's true. It's true.
So, there's a lot going on for Colorado, and what's going on is great for us. And it just puts everybody in a great mood when you can turn on the TV and watch your favorite team win these damn games.
It's fun right now. Like, even the Nuggets playing tonight, like, I can't wait to watch this game tonight. I can't wait to see how they respond after that loss that we were in the building for on Monday night. But I wanted to have this conversation because I'm looking at these power rankings. And, we talked about the power rankings for the Broncos yesterday. And ESPN has them at 5th. They've been reluctant to put them in the top 5. Last week, even on a 7-game winning streak, they had them at 9th.
They're hating on us.
But now they're in the top 5. And I remember looking at the NBA power rankings, and the Nuggets were 2nd, only behind Oklahoma City. And then I'm like, let me just check. Where were the Avs this week in ESPN's power rankings? They were 1st. So our 3 teams here in town, and I just used ESPN because it's the biggest sports platform in the United States. Broncos 5th, Nuggets 2nd, Avs 1st. And I put this question out on social media and say, hey, serious question. When's the last time that these 3 teams were this good at the same time? The answer that what we hope it will be in time is never. Never. If they accomplish some of the things that we hope that they can accomplish. But here's the answer for right now. This would be the 3rd time ever that these 3 teams make the playoffs in the same year.
Wow.
3rd time ever.
They've been playing for a long time.
And now, so context here, Nuggets and Broncos playing forever.
30
Avs,
years.
Avs 30 years. You're on it, Phil. So this could be the 3rd time in 30 years, and it will be unless something catastrophic happens, which we're not expecting that. This will be the 3rd time in 30 years that all 3 of our Colorado sports teams that play in the fall and winter season are in the playoffs together. How cool.
Oh, usually I say we don't deserve that, but we do. You know what? We do. Broncos country, Nuggets nation, Avs faithful, we all deserve to have happiness and watch our teams go to work and have fun watching them, hopefully have a parade. I want to have 3 parades. How insane would that be?
That would be like borrowing from Boston from years ago when they had, I don't know how many parades, but I remember the viral, the kid holding the sign. You guys remember that? It was like, what did it say? It was like, I've been to 7 parades and I'm 8 or something like that. Something of that variety. That would be pretty special. And if you are someone who actually, I'll use my son as an example. My son Owen, he's 7. He was at the Nuggets parade He was at the Avs parade. And if we have, say, a parade or two more, he'll be able to say, I've been at 3 parades in my 7 years or 4 parades. And, a little bit different. But so here's the context, just to add flesh to what we're saying. The first time this happened was in 2003. The Avs lost in the second round to San Jose. The Nuggets were in the playoffs. They lost in the first round to Minnesota. And the Broncos lost in the wild card round to the Indianapolis Colts. Okay? The Broncos were 10-7. The Nugs were a 43-win 8 seed, and the Avs were a 100.4 seed. The other year that was more fun than that was 2005, where the Colorado Avalanche lost in the second round to Anaheim. I want to say they were a 95-point team that year. The Nuggets were in the playoffs, lost in round 1 to the Clippers. And I'm trying to remember, 2005 Clippers. That's like Elton Brand and those guys, I think I want to say. Maybe Darius Miles, Quentin Richardson, something like that. And then the Broncos made it all the way to the AFC Championship game and lost to Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers with Jake Plummer playing quarterback.
That was Jake the Snake. I remember that one. And Champ Bailey was there, and it was a home game. I remember it.
So only 2 times ever, the 03-04 season and the 05-06 season. Now, here's a trivia question. And Drew put this on my radar. The 04-05 season, the Broncos were in the playoffs. The Nuggets were in the playoffs, but the Colorado Avalanche did not have a season that year because of the NHL lockout. So it would have happened 3 times prior to this year. The only reason it didn't was because of that lockout.
Oh, man. 3 times now. 3 times the charm.
Yeah.
And they're all going to do it. Now, the question is, Zach, Mr. Bye, they're going to all get into the dance. But who's taking that special someone home? Now, maybe all 3 do. You're with your buddies, all 3 of you guys. Maybe all 3 get lucky. Usually it doesn't happen.
3 for 3.
Somebody has to get lucky, though.
Yeah.
Who's that going to be?
So, knowing that the conversation would go down this road.
You know me too well.
And ultimately, I want to hear from our whole team here, Dante, Drew, as well. I want to give the odds on where they stand.
Okay.
Not that you have to be beholden to this, but I wanted to give context to where the odds makers think these teams stand. The current title odds for the Denver Broncos, 14-1. Not as good of odds as you and when I say good, it just depends on how you're looking at it, but not as short of odds. There's if you really believe that the Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl, there is money to be made at 14-1. To put it in perspective, there's about 8 to 9 other teams, depending on what book you look at, that are more likely from an odds standpoint to win the Super Bowl than the Broncos. So if you really think so, Phil, you may have to place your first wager.
Let's go.
Because 14-1, I mean, that's pretty good. So
you staying away from that?
I already have a ticket at 20-1.
Okay.
Actually, 22-1.
Okay.
So just I know some people are new to this. So if you wanted to make a $25 bet on the Broncos to win the Super Bowl and then they went and won it, it would be 25 times 14. That's what 14-1 means. So your $25 wager would win you $350. So that's the Broncos odds. The current Denver Nuggets odds are 5-1. So that $25 wager would be 25 times 5. Yeah. The Colorado Avalanche. How often do these 2 teams mirror one another, Phil?
It's insane. It's like they're looking at a mirror. Everything they do is just the same.
The Avs have the same championship odds as the Nuggets right now. As of this morning, Nuggets 5-1, Avs 5-1, Broncos 14-1. I just wanted to get that out there for the context of the conversation. So
it may not change somebody's perspective. Like maybe they're still thinking the Denver Broncos, or the Nuggets, or the Avs. Who cares? I want to have 3 of them parades, but we're for sure taking home 1. We're for sure taking home 1. So Mr. Bye, Mr. Bye, we're in the club right now. Hey, babe.
Hey, baby. Who sang that song?
That was Hurricane Chris. That was Hurricane Chris.
Oh, okay.
It was like he had a couple songs. He was done.
Hurricane Chris. Dante, you got something?
Yeah, we got a good point on the text line. Didn't all these three teams do this last year?
Yeah, they did, I guess. Yeah. I did. So it's happened 3 times. This would be the 4th time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happened 3 times. This would be the 4th time. Thank you for that.
But I
shout out
like,
to text line.
Shout out to RamosLaw.com text line.
I feel like this year is a lot different because although we got to the playoffs last year, Denver did. I don't think that we all were believing that they could win a Super Bowl. We didn't think they were going to go to the playoffs.
No. That's a good point.
And so this year, everybody is expected to be in the playoffs. 2 of the teams are expected to win it seems like. And now the Denver Broncos are 9-2 with everything out in front of them. Why can't they go to the Super Bowl as well? So I think it's a little different because everybody's believing now.
I really like that. So a little bit of house cleaning. It's happened 3 times. This would be the 4th time, not the 3rd time. Sometimes it's right there in front of your face, and you can't, like that phrase, you can't see the forest through the trees. It's like, no, it's right there, dude. So who's the most likely to do it now?
Yes. And then list it 1, 2, 3.
Well.
I'm gonna make it harder.
Let's all go through who the number 1 would be.
All right, I'm jumping the gun. All right, fine, Zach. I'll put a pin in that one.
Yes, or just read the rundown. Have the order of it. No. We have it. I would say for me right now, the number 1 most likely team. See, Broncos to do it could potentially just have to win 3 games.
That's it. One-offs.
Just one-offs.
Any given Sunday.
And the Nuggets have a potential juggernaut in their way. Unbeatable? No. But let's just acknowledge just how good Oklahoma City is.
Yeah.
They've played 15 games. Guys, they're 14-1. Okay? They're 4. And you know how many points per game J-Dub is averaging? Their second best player. 0. He's yet to come back.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
So think about that. Oklahoma City is 14-1. They're 8-1 on the road, undefeated at home, 10-1 against the Western Conference.
Yeah.
And they're missing their second best player.
So they have the depth. They already have the talent. They did it last year.
They have the experience now.
They have the experience.
They have the
MVP.
Yep.
Award winner.
Yep.
They're
going to be problematic.
Yeah. They're supposed to do it again. That's a team that you look at as like, you better do it again.
Yeah. How about this for a stat? Bronny James has appeared in more fourth quarters than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They are cracking their opponents, cracking them. They're winning by an average of 15 points a night. So when we talk about it, I don't want to be a simplistic conversation. I want to acknowledge who's in the way.
No, I love it. You
know, and in the AFC, some of the juggernauts that we thought coming in are not really that. Kansas City, not really.
We
Baltimore.
don't know if they're going to make the playoffs.
Right.
Baltimore, we don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. Buffalo will, but are they believable because of that defense? Like, there's a lot out there. It's up in the air.
Yes, it's up in the air.
Whoever wants it in the AFC, you can go and get it.
It feels like a New York Giants type of run can be had right now in the NFL. And then on the Avs front, in the NHL, the Avs are the team that everyone's looking at saying, man, please no. Like, please no.
The Avs are like the Thunder.
Yes.
That's kind of how I look at them as.
Yes.
Like as long as they stay healthy, they're damn near unstoppable. Now, of course, the power play has to stay consistent. The penalty kill has been phenomenal.
It has.
But they're a tough team to beat, and they have depth and experience.
Who was the Calgary Flames coach, Drew, who in the 2022 season, they played the Flames, and after the game, old timer, he's
Daryl Sutter.
He's like, I don't know who's going to match up with them in the playoffs in the first round. It's going to be a waste of everyone's time over a 2-week period. And it was like, whoa, like you have an active coach saying it's going to be a waste of time whoever matches up with Colorado. And it turned out to be, I think, at
Nashville.
And
he was right.
It was
a waste of time.
I was there. I was sitting there for game 1, and they put 7 goals on the board in the first game. It was so cool. Yeah, that's how the Avs are being perceived by the rest of the league. And that's the one thing that the Avs have. Like right now, I don't think the Broncos are looked at with fear the way that the Avs are.
Okay.
And I don't think the Nuggets are closer to the Avs, but I don't think they're looked at the same way around the league that teams are looking at Oklahoma City. It's close. It's close, but not the same.
It is. I look at it as this. I for sure would pick the Avs first.
You would pick the Avs first?
I would pick the Avs first because of what they're doing, their depth. They're getting action from the fourth line, the top six, the bottom six. It doesn't matter. The defense is doing well. You have the goalies. You have two goalies that if they can stay healthy, and you have Blackwood that starts to get into it. We know Reggie's doing a phenomenal job. Like, this team is going to be hard to beat in the playoffs. But also, Bednar, coaching matters, and he's done it before. Sean Payton has done it before. The only man that has not done it as a head coach is David Adelman.
Right.
That's the only thing that when I look at this, like, I'm with the Avs as number one. Now I got to kind of go like, does the Nuggets or the Broncos because of the one-off games?
Let's get through the rest of our number ones too, because I think that I ultimately, after going back and forth about this, I think I ultimately have to pick the Colorado Avalanche as well, because I'll co-sign everything that you just said. There is not some sort of glaring shortcoming with the Avs. And I think if you were to identify it, maybe the power play.
Yeah.
I
would say.
That's what cost them last year in the postseason against Dallas. It was not any better to start the regular season. They fired the coach. They bring in Dave Haskell. Now, recently it's gotten better. But outside of that, Drew, can you think of a legitimate shortcoming for the Avs right now?
No, honestly. I mean, I think there's two things that can beat this team. It is injuries being the main one, and a lack of a power play being the other one. But those are two, kind of what-if scenarios. But no, there's really not a glaring weakness on this team at all.
Yeah, and if they can't get the power play going in the postseason, that's an ultimate neutralizer, and it was a year ago. That was a number one difference.
But you can make up for it with a stellar penalty kill, which is what they're doing.
You can, and defensively, they're wow. I mean.
Yeah, it's unreal.
And you're going to see the numbers on the goaltenders over the season just be excellent because the guy's playing in front of them, which is what they did in 2022. Sure. They overcame goaltending.
Exactly.
Now they have good goaltending with that same level of defense in front of them.
And to be honest, and maybe I'm wrong, and give me pushback, guys, if you think I am, the Avs have the most pressure put on them. They're the team that has the coach that has been there for a long time, since 2016. They're the team that can't get out of the second round of the playoffs, but yet when they do, they win a cup. They're the team that
they did it once.
Did it once.
They did one time, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other years where they don't make it out of the second round.
So there's a lot of pressure put on them, and on top of that, Chris McFarland has done a great job of being aggressive, paying the players that he feel like deserves to be here so that they can go for this cup. This is more of a cup or bust type of year where you either win it all or there's going to be a bunch of changes, because what more can you ask for if you're a Colorado Avalanche fan, if you're Jared Bednar, if you're these players like Nate Dogg and Kale?
Yeah, and we have to mention for context as well with the Avs. Yeah, they haven't been out of the second round in 7 of the last 8 years, and there's the cup in between. And you never trade it away. You never apologize for a championship. But you also have to say they haven't made it out of the first round in 2 of the last 3 years. And some of that is just the dumb rules of hockey and the way that they match up in the playoffs. But that's the rules that you have to play by. You're all shooting at the same basket. So I think it's the Avs for me as well, Phil. Over the Broncos, over the Nuggets. I think the number one most likely champion from right now as we sit on Wednesday, November 19th, I think it's the Avalanche. What do you guys think behind the glass?
Let me ask you guys a question before we go further, because both of these teams, the Avs and the Nuggets, are going to have to slay a tremendous dragon in order to win a championship. The Nuggets are more likely than not going to have to go through Oklahoma City, probably in the conference finals. The Avalanche are going to have to go through Dallas, probably in the second round.
But there's a big difference with Dallas this time around.
There is.
It's that Mr. Black Magic, isn't it? Sitting over that bench.
Correct. But so which one are you more confident in slaying that tremendous dragon? The Avs over the Stars or the Nuggets over the Thunder?
I would say the Avs over the Stars, because Pete DeBoer is not coaching the Stars. And for whatever reason, Pete DeBoer sacrifices a virgin animal every year and drinks their blood so he can beat the Avalanche because he's never lost to the Avs. He just never lost. And you remove that element from there, I think that's a big deal. And I think that was psychological too, by the way. There was some level of the psychological advantage with DeBoer over the Avs.
No, for sure.
So I would say the Avs.
No, and I'm going to say the Avs too. And I think our our power play is going to be a lot better off this year than it was last year. And I know it started slow, but I have confidence that this is going to pick up. And you have some of the most talented players that are going to be on these power plays. So I'm going to go with the Avs. And as an ambassador of the Dragon Slayer 69, the Avs are slaying that ass.
Well, I'll say this too, that the Avs a year ago when they lost to Dallas were still trying to build that airplane as it was taking off because they had the biggest single change that we've ever seen. Half of their roster got changed over, and I know Mikko was new over there, but there was way more change with the Avs when they were trying to beat Dallas than Dallas was dealing with change trying to beat the Avs. So, yeah, I would still say the Avs.
Is there a team in the AFC right now for the Broncos that you worry about, oh, man, we got to slay that dragon before we can even consider going to a Super Bowl?
I think there's a scenario where Kansas City sneaks into the playoffs and is coming to Denver.
I was going to say, because what happens if the Broncos end up as a 2 seed and the Chiefs are the 7 seed?
Yep.
Yeah,
they come into Denver.
And we're actually going to talk about that later in the show, who we should be rooting for this weekend, Indianapolis or Kansas City, because of those dynamics. Dante, what do you got?
Well, I was just going to add that there's a version of the playoffs that the 3 wildcard teams are the Bills, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. That's not easy for any of that any of the first round matchups there. So I think the Broncos could be in for a tough playoff run if they are doing that. But as far as who I think has the best chance, I think the Avalanche are the best team in their sport. But I still like the Nuggets. I think having the best player in your sport matters a lot, and that's Nikola Jokic by far. I think there's not even an argument for who could be the best player other than him.
Agreed.
And I think hockey leans itself more into, there's a little bit of puck luck and, penalties. And if you're down a man in a huge moment, I think the referees play maybe a bigger role in hockey than they do in some of these other sports. So I like having the best player on my team in Jokic for the Nuggets. So I think that would give them the best chance to win.
With all that new added help around him and, with a healthy cast in addition to the new additions.
Yeah.
So, we know Aaron Gordon wasn't healthy. Jamal Murray was banged up and sick, out of shape and sickness, and certainly wasn't helping himself get healthier with some of his behavior during the playoffs, if we're just being brutally honest. So I can definitely hear that. So if we were to pick, 3 of us, Drew, Phil, and I, have the Avs as the most likely champion among these 3. If we were going to pick the most likely 2 of 3, is it the Denver Nuggets, or do you think you'd put your chips on the Broncos?
I'm going with the Broncos. They're one-off games. Sean Payton has done this before. Right? Coaching matters, and we just got done bringing that up. Bednar has won it before. Sean Payton has won a Super Bowl before. David Adelman, we're still trying to figure out who he is and what he's going to be, and can he be the best version of himself as a coach when it matters the most against the Thunder. With that being said, I would have to go with the Denver Broncos because all you need is to win one game, not a series, just one game, Zach.
I'm going to go with the Nuggets. I hear your argument. I'll go with the Nuggets because some of the same elements that Dante pointed out, give me the best player in the world with a healthy cast around him and additions, the reintegration of Bruce Brown, Cam Johnson, Peyton Watson, and hopefully his continued ascension. JV, of course, Jonas Valanciunas. So I would go with the Nuggets, and the one minor pushback I would give to the coaching aspect, because you're right, David Adelman is a still relative unknown, is that Jokic is a pseudo coach out on the floor. And so I would still say the Nuggets with the Broncos being the 3rd most likely. What do you guys think they're behind the glass?
Zach, I'm with you. I actually think the Nuggets are number 2 because we kind of forget that this Nuggets roster, the way it was constructed last year with David Adelman as the head coach, pushed Oklahoma City to a Game 7 and very easily could have won that series last year with a roster that had no business being in a Game 7 with that championship team last year. So I think for me, it's easily the Nuggets number 2. Broncos a clear number 3 for me.
All right. You want to react to that conversation? You know what? That's a poll maybe we can put out.
Oh, yeah. It's a big-time poll.
I'll do that here during the commercial break. You can vote on that on Twitter. You can follow Phil at ICUBoy. You can go ahead and follow me at Buysline on all the socials. Okay. A Denver Bronco getting his well-deserved flowers today. Also, a new name at wide receiver became unexpectedly available, and he already knows the offense. And 2 Colorado Avalanche legends seem to be on a bloody collision course. We'll get to all that in the 3 count next.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is on a mission to feed families this holiday season, and we need your help. As part of our Fill the Truck campaign, we'll be collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items to benefit the Food Bank of the Rockies November 19th, 20th, and 21st. So stop by the Walmart Supercenter in Highlands Ranch near C470 in Quebec from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and help us fill the truck for those in need. Head to denversports.com/truck for more info. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey guys, it's boy Mark Schlereth here. You've heard me talk about craftsmanship before, and Gravina's Window Center of Littleton really gets it. Right now, they're running their biggest Black Friday event ever. 30% off Infinity by Marvin Windows, plus 24 months, no interest, and no payments. In over 52 years serving Colorado homeowners, they've never offered anything like this. It's happening now through November 30th, so don't wait. Book your appointment today, 303-794-0490, or online at windowsforyourhome.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Well, Todd, it couldn't last forever. The government shutdown is over. The IRS is back and ready to roll. What does that mean for folks who have an IRS bullseye painted on their back?
Well, Mike, we've seen this once before. They were completely closed during the pandemic. And what happened? They came out with their gloves on and started levying people. So now, if you have an IRS problem, it's way better if you can get a solution before you get the levy notice. You have more options, you have more time, we have the ability to do a better job. So if you're ready and it's time to get this IRS problem off your back, now's the time.
All right, Todd, I get it. The IRS is back. They mean business, but you know what? You mean business too. You've been doing this for a long time. You're ready to help folks out with all of their IRS tax issues. Give Advanced Tax Solutions a call today, 303-753-6040. That's 303-753-6040.
Okay, Michael. Any other questions about your Select Health insurance?
How much time do you have?
I have exactly as much time as you need.
Wonderful, because I have exactly 112 more questions.
112.
112.
112 it is. Let's do this. Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health. Insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Are you ready to rock? Paramount Theater presents Hairball, the bombastic celebration of arena rock on January 16th at Paramount Theater. Tickets are on sale now at ParamountDenver.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, the Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it. 1. All righty. A Denver Bronco getting his well-deserved flowers today again. Got to make space on the mantle for these roses that Will Lutz is getting, the reigning Special Teams Player of the Month. Awarded today Special Teams Player of the Week. In addition to the 35-yard game-winning field goal, his 5th game-winning field goal of the season somehow is true. It seems impossible. He also drilled attempts of 29, 24, 38, and 54 yards. He actually accounted for all 9 of the Broncos' points in the fourth quarter on Sunday.
And I can't believe there's people out there that wanted him gone. They wanted him off the team and cut him right now and don't let him on the plane. Are you insane? I mean, I just rhymed right there. The plane, are you insane? It's Will Lutz with the big you-know-whats. He comes up big for you. He has a great relationship with Sean Payton because he's been with Sean Payton for a very long time, since the Saints days. And he's a guy that we're going to have to continue to rely on because they come up big. Kickers come up big, and when you're in crunch time situations and you have Bo Nix that drives down the field and doesn't have to score a touchdown, but he needs to get in field goal range, it's because you can count on your kicker to go out there and knock it down for you to win these games. Will Lutz, congratulations. We're going to need you some more, so ice that leg, that knee, and get ready to go again.
I think he's the most underappreciated Denver Bronco, and I've been consistently saying that over these months because you watch football on Sundays when the Broncos aren't playing, and the amount of missed kicks, the amount of unreliable kickers, the amount of times that these kickers are getting cut during the season, open tryouts on Tuesday, I mean, it's nuts. So when you have a kicker like Will Lutz, I'm telling you, you don't know what you have until it's gone. All right? And so right now, the Broncos have, quite literally, the most accurate kicker in the history of the Denver Broncos franchise. His name is Will Lutz. Let's make sure we give him his proper respect. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right. Brandon Cooks released by the Saints today. They reached an agreement, and he is going to be joining a new team, another former Saint. We were talking about Will Lutz, a former Saint. Brandon Cooks played for Sean Payton, knows the offense.
Pete Cooks.
Just the matter of, is he going to pass through waivers to get to the Broncos? I would say probably not.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That was my shout out to B. Cooks. That was my former teammate with the Houston Texans. We call him Cookie. That's his nickname, Cookie. One of the hardest working receivers I've ever been around. Other than Emmanuel Sanders, Brandon Cooks was out there working 24/7. It got to the point where they told him that he had to take a couple days off because he's working too damn hard. He's fast as heck. Now, I know he's getting up there in age, but he's also been with Sean Payton before. But here's the thing with Brandon Cooks and Sean Payton. They have a love-hate relationship, just to let you guys know. They have some history together, had some good times, and have had some bad times together. But you know, Sean likes a little bit of drama. So I wouldn't be surprised if Sean tries to make a call or tries to claim B. Cooks just to bring in another vet for this playoff run, this Super Bowl run. But just to put it out there that B. Cooks and Sean Payton, they have a little history together. Love-hate relationship, but that's kind of how football is with these coaches and players.
Yeah, not the first time that you've said that about Sean Payton and a history with a player. Yeah, I just think that, look, if the Broncos had a worse record, there's a chance that they could be more towards the front of the waiver claim line. But they do have an awesome record. They're 9-2, so they're going to be amongst the last teams. I'd be surprised if someone like a, I don't know, who's a contender that needs a receiver? Maybe like I say contender, maybe like a Steelers, maybe Green Bay, Buffalo. Yeah. I think those teams could all use a receiver.
Now, I will say this as well, Zach. If you claim him off of waivers, you have to pay him the contract that the Saints gave him, which I don't know what it is right now.
So that's good context.
So somebody might say, you know what, we want you, but we're going to wait until, you clear, and then we're going to pay you vet minimum or a little bit more than what you're being paid now. And so that's kind of what happened with me with Miami. I thought I was going to go to Kansas City. And Kansas City said, look, we're not going to pay you the contract. We're going to redo your contract. It's going to be a little less money, but you get to be with us. Miami ends up claiming me off of waivers, and I end up keeping my contract and being with Miami instead of Kansas City.
Got it. Okay. All right. So we'll keep our eye on where Brandon Cooks ultimately lands.
1, 2, 3!
Man, this was a really crazy sight last night. You see this? So Mikko Rantanen, the Stars were playing the Islanders, who just went up against the Avs here. And so Mikko, this is at near the end of the game. He was ejected from that game after a dangerous boarding penalty on defenseman Alexander Romanov. And so he trucks Romanov from behind. It was scary. I mean, it was a scary scene. But Patrick Waugh is the head man for the Islanders. Just got the big standing ovation at Ball Arena here just, what was that, Sunday night, I think it was? So Waugh loses it.
He goes crazy.
I mean, his face was so red, and he is screaming at Mikko Rantanen, when you come to New York, you're not going to finish that effing game. Waugh was a part of the administration that drafted Mikko when Patrick Waugh was still here before having a bit of a falling out with the organization and Joe Sakic. So, man, this was a crazy scene last night.
You know what, Zach? I didn't love what Mikko did. It was bad. But I love that the coach, Waugh, was able to, take up for his player. And he was upset, and you seen the emotion out of him, because now as a player, you're like, my coach has my back. My coach has my back, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, but man, he's putting a collision course out there. If you're saying when you come to New York, you're not going to finish that game.
There's a bounty out.
There kind of is. But Mikko is not a fighter, nor is he someone who profiles making a move like that last night. Drew, real quick, what did you think of that sequence?
It was a dangerous play. There's no doubt about it. But I think when you look at kind of how it started, Mikko didn't, he was coming hard on the forecheck, and it was going to be a big collision. But if you notice, Scott Mayfield of the Islanders kind of interfered with him a little bit to where Mikko didn't really have full control of his skates. Therefore, he wasn't going to be able to stop. And so he didn't really have much of a choice other than to just kind of keep going and run Romanov through the board. So, it was it was dangerous and all that stuff, but I don't know if it was necessarily a dirty type play, especially to warrant what Patrick Waugh said to him after the fact.
Yeah, I thought that it was circumstantial.
Totally.
And there was not intent.
No.
3 or 4 seconds prior.
No.
But I also thought he could have done a little bit more to try to pull up a little bit.
But he did. I mean, Mika only had one skate on the ice at that point. So it's really hard to turn your skate and stop and get on your edge to come to a complete stop like that when you've only got, I don't know, maybe a half second to do so. So he was caught in a bad position. Romanov was in a bad position. It was just bad positions all around. It's just a kind of a crappy way to get, dinged up like that. But there was no intent by Mikko to do that.
No, I don't believe that. But also, man, I can't remember Mikko Rantanen watching him ever get in a fight. Have we ever seen Mikko getting in a fight?
Maybe once.
I don't.
It doesn't happen.
No, I watched him for years.
He's a lover, not a fighter, man.
Yeah, I can't remember Mikko Rantanen getting in a fight.
No.
I'll try to look it up here during the break. But
especially for a power forward.
Right.
He is a power
Right.
forward. That's usually what you see from those guys. He's not one of those guys.
No, but he may have to defend himself when he goes on Long Island. So
taking boxing classes.
We shall see. Okay, guess who's getting his first start in the NFL on Sunday? We'll talk about Shedeur next.
Has the regular season goal for the Denver Nuggets already been established?
This is a 2-team race in the entire NBA. There's 2 teams, and then there's everybody else. There's the Nuggets and Oklahoma City. And they both play in the same division. They both play in the same conference. And to me, this is just simply about a regular season race to see who can finish with the better record so that they have Game 7 in their building.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Planning out your holiday pictures? Let's move you to the front because it's Soda Weight Loss. You could drop the belly fat and gain your confidence back, just like Ramon.
I used to dread those pictures. I'd position myself behind someone taller or make sure I was holding a plate so nobody focused on my belly. But that was before Soda. Soda gave me more than a smaller waistline. It gave me back the confidence to wear what I want. And they make it simple. No injections, no hunger, just a plan that worked.
Soda Weight Loss is built for busy people like you.
I lost 82 pounds in just 16 weeks. No hunger, no drugs, just steady, real-life progress with the nutritionist who helps you every step of the way.
That's why Soda has nearly 9,000 Google reviews. And right now, the most popular offer of the season is back. Join today, and your partner joins free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Happy holidays from Done Right Home Improvements. Putting off that home makeover till after the holidays? Well, good, because book your project now for install after and save 16% or get a great financing deal. DRHI.com.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop our Black Friday event for up to 65% off in-store or at hellsberg.com.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3, The Fan.
Red Rock
Roofing. Red Rock Roofing stands for greatness, which is why their free inspection videos offer you valuable knowledge and peace of mind about your Red Rock roof. Red Rock roofers use only the finest roofing materials on the market, installing roofs that'll stand up to all Colorado weather, and they'll even upgrade you to impact-resistant shingles at no cost. Call 720-735-ROOF. Visit redrockroofing.com.
Red Rock Roofing, standing for greatness.
CU fans, keep your fix going with Denver Sports CU Football Post-Game Recap. Available every home game exclusively on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Presented by Corwin Toyota Boulder. Family driven for over 100 years.
Life happens, and then debt happens. Your laptop dies when you need it most. A hospital bill hurts more than an injury. Enter End Credit Union with a free debt consultation and a plan built just for you. Ent is here to help you break the debt cycle and get your finances on track. Debt happens. Ent helps. Schedule your free consultation at ent.com/coaching. Standard account and credit qualifications apply.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. If you've been injured in an accident, you want Wilhite. Colorado drivers know that when they're hit, we hit back harder. Get your free case review right now. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW today or visit wilhitewins.com and win big with Wilhite.
If you're considering sedation dentistry and want to learn more about it, Clarkson Dental can help. When it comes to your health, you want to make sure you know all the details. The highly trained professionals at Clarkson Dental have your answers. Learn more at coloradosedation.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auction.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, guess who's getting his first start in the NFL on Sunday? It's Shedeur Sanders. I want to talk about it here in just about 20 seconds or so. Got to call a name for the fan flyaway. Dak Manjarrez. Manjarrez. You have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize, 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Dak Manjarrez. Call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyway.com and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called.
Zach, there's a reason why they give you that piece of paper. there's a reason.
You wanted to go every other?
Oh, no, I'm okay, man. You need to work.
All right. So, Shedeur, speaking of getting someone's name called, Shedeur getting his name called to start for the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, traveling on the road to the Las Vegas Raiders. There's probably very few opponents that you would rather play in your first start than the 2-8 Raiders, who are in an absolute free fall.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great opportunity for Shedeur Sanders, who's getting his first action as a starting quarterback. That means you're getting all the reps in practice. That means that you're going to be the guy that when you take the field, you know you're the guy that they're relying on. So you're going up against the Raiders, a bad team that wants to go home. They're ready for vacation. But also, the Cleveland Browns are a bad team as well. So if you're a bad team playing against another bad team, so you're playing in the toilet bowl, and I was a part of that, it was Houston versus Miami, and we were both 1-8 or 1-7. And it was like, okay, who's really that bad? Are we that bad, or is Miami that bad? And when Miami ended up beating us.
So was this the year that you went from Houston to Miami?
Yes.
Wow. So you played in the toilet bowl.
I played in the poop bowl
for the Texans. And then how long after that did you get moved to Miami?
So right after that game, they decided to start releasing a bunch of veterans because it was just over. So I'm thinking, wow, I'm getting ready to go to a contending team because Mark Ingram had already left. He wanted a release. They released him, and Alvin Kamara banged the table to get him back in New Orleans, and New Orleans was still playoff bound, right? They were in the hunt. And so when I left, I'm like, okay, well, Kansas City wanted me. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, Kansas City is getting ready to pick me up, and Kansas City was going to play Denver that next week.
Oh, gosh.
So I was like, the revenge game, let's go. And then I get the call saying, hey, Phil, Miami picked you up literally 5 minutes before the deadline was done. And I'm like, well, we just got done playing Miami, and they're 1 or 2-8, I think, at that time, or maybe it was like 2-6. Like, they're bad. Why are they picking up anybody? They should be going with their younger guys because they know they're not going to make it. Well, I get on that team, and we go on that run where we were 1 game away from the playoffs. And it was fun because we were winning games. Nobody expected us to be good, and we were in there just finding ways to win. And that was when Brian Flores, the head coach at the time, was a great defensive coordinator, and he's with the Vikings right now, who has a really good defense. The defense that Miami had was playing really, really well, and we were able to get to like 2 games left in the season. We needed to beat Tennessee, and then we needed to beat New England.
Yep.
We ended up losing to Tennessee. It was cold as hell out there, and we ended up beating the Patriots, and we did not go to the playoffs, even though we had a winning record.
Well, I remember that season just as a NFL fan. That was crazy. From 1-7, and then it was a win against Houston that you just described, and then it was a win against Baltimore, win against the Jets, Carolina, the Giants, the Jets again, the Saints. Yeah, that's a fun little run to be on.
So I knew I was going to Miami, so I helped Miami win when I was on Houston.
There you go. Way to be a team player. Shedeur.
What's up? What's going on?
It not only has to look better, I mean, it's got to look way better. There are a lot of have you seen some of these videos that he would have had a higher quarterback rating if he just snapped the ball and threw it into the ground?
Yeah, but come on, Zach. There's context to his first time playing last week.
Give us that context.
Dylan Gabriel was the starter.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, and this is for people that are on Shedeur's side and against Shedeur. When you are a backup quarterback, you do not get reps in practice. You may get 1 rep, maybe 2. You do not get reps. Simple as that. So when you finally get your chance, they're hoping that you've been paying attention. Usually that's why your backup quarterback is usually a vet, somebody that you can rely on that has played a lot of football, that when he does get his chance or he has to go out there, you're confident in him. Not 2 rookies. You have a rookie backing up another rookie. Isn't that a little interesting? I don't think I've ever been a part of that. And so you have this young Shedeur Sanders who has been sitting there in that cold-ass weather. You put him in this game, and you tell him to go against the Baltimore Ravens who blitz all day long. You're not going to do well when you just get into a game and you really don't know the game plan. You know it, but you haven't repped it. He has a chance now to go out there, you're right, and have a better showing, which he needs to have. If he can go out there and complete the passes, he can get the ball out of his hands, make a couple really good throws, then it's going to be like, okay, this is encouraging. We know what we got in this young man. It needs to happen, and it will, because Shedeur Sanders is a good quarterback. He was a good quarterback for the Buffs. Now
but he's in a terrible situation.
He is in a terrible situation, but you can only control the controllables.
Well,
Get
hold
that
on.
Damn ball out of your hands.
Well, hold on. Now this is where you lose me. This is where you lose me. When we both agree that it's a horrible situation, and everyone does, if you have an actively working brain, it's the Browns, and you say you can only control what you can control, he put himself in that position. He wanted to be in this position.
Yeah, but now for him.
He actually wanted to be in the exact position that he'll be in on Sunday.
For sure. But what I'm saying is if he goes out there, Zach, and he's throwing the ball on the money and the receivers are dropping it, because you just said Jerry Jeudy has dropped the most balls in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
he's
got the highest drop rate. I said that yesterday, yeah.
That's not on Shedeur. Now, if Shedeur's sitting there holding on to the ball too long, getting sacked, or throwing interceptions like that are just right there, then it's on Shedeur.
All right. I just want to see on Sunday him miss Judy a couple times and Judy start screaming at him. Oh, man. I think he's got a significantly better chance to have success here on Sunday.
Yeah.
You're traveling, you're playing in a non-freezing environment. You get all those reps leading up to game time. It will look better because it can't look worse. I mean, that was pretty rough.
Yeah.
So,
but everybody's on this young man. But the first game of Bo Nick's career looked rough too.
It looked very rough.
And nobody was on it. Well, there's some, but for a lot of people, it's like, well, give him a chance.
Yeah.
This is going to be Shedeur Sanders' first start.
Yep.
That's it.
He's going to play well?
He's going to play well.
All right.
I don't know if they win, but he's going to play well.
All right. You want to react to that? You can hit us up, RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. Who should Broncos country be pulling for on Sunday in a matchup that may bring some mixed feelings? And we'll talk about why next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040.
Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it.
To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register.
Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called.
If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow. It's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
Hey folks, Stoke here from my friends over at Embers Golf, your go-to spot for holiday shopping. This Black Friday, they're bringing the heat. 15% off all gift card purchases and a massive 40% off every in-stock Nike golf shoes. That's right, gear up and save big. Embers Golf is family-owned and customer-focused, so you know you're getting the best service and the best deals. Don't wait. Shop now at embersgolf.com. Embers Golf, where your passion meets the green.
Winter is upon us, which means shorter days and slippery sidewalks. But you don't have to run or walk in the dark. Don't let bad weather stop you from reaching your fitness goals. That's where Fitness Gallery can help. We believe there's nothing more important than your health. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose, from the safety and comfort of your own home. For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, we have the nation's lowest prices on the best equipment money can buy. Stop by one of our 7 convenient locations or go to fitnessgallery.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make it happen in 24 hours or less. Interest rates are competitive, and home prices have been stable. That means you can find a great deal while locking in a monthly payment that fits your budget. Plus, with home equity building over time, your investment grows, making home ownership a smart, long-term financial decision. If you continue to pay rent, you're just paying your landlord's mortgage, and you don't need 20% down. You could be in your new home with as little as 3% down. Plus, they're offering down payment assistance programs to make home ownership even easier. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Fans, listen midday for your chance to win Hockey Hall of Fame game family 4-packs at Ball Arena to cheer on DU hockey on Thanksgiving Saturday. Each day you get one row closer to glass seats.
Need a new water heater? Euro Plumbing has lifetime warranties, great financing, and low pricing. 720-500-3000. 720-500-3000.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Who should the Broncos be pulling for on Sunday in a matchup that may bring some mixed feelings? And I want to throw this out to the RamosLaw.com text line as well, and maybe read a couple of those responses.
Throw it out there.
So, who do you pull for this weekend? The Indianapolis Colts or the Kansas City Chiefs? I can't remember in my 9 football seasons of doing this job, this late in the season, and this interested in another matchup that didn't involve the Broncos directly, but could impact the Denver Broncos directly as well.
Yeah, it's exciting because now we're sitting there saying, all right, we beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 5-5. They can't lose another game. Now, if they do, I'd have to go and look. Do they still have a chance? But you don't want to lose another game if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. You're going on the road, by the way, if you're the Chiefs, and you're playing up against an opponent that you have not beat. Patrick Mahomes has not beat in regular season.
So he's never beaten the Colts?
No. Well, he's beat them one time. He's beaten them one time, I think, in the playoffs.
Okay, got it.
In the playoffs. But in the regular season, he struggles against them. So that's an interesting thing. And you brought it up before with, was it the Bills and the Baltimore or the Bills and the Chiefs, where the Bills would beat the Chiefs in regular season?
Yeah, they beat them 4 straight years in the regular season
and then
now.
You get to that postseason and, Chiefs take over. Shocker. But
that's not a Bills problem. That's the rest of the league's problem. Happens to be their problem as well.
So, Zach, I'm sitting here scratching my head. Who do we cheer for? The Colts that beat you?
Right.
Or the Kansas City Chiefs that are in your division?
So a win for the Colts would make it that much harder for Kansas City to make the playoffs. By the way, Kansas City currently, their playoff probability is 53%. It is as close to a coin flip as you're going to get with 6 games left. Crazy. So that's that perspective. If you don't want to play Kansas City potential, because there's a real possibility that, say the Broncos are the 2 seed, Kansas City could be coming to Denver to play in the playoffs. It's just insane that lives within the realm of possibility. So a win for the Colts would make it that much harder for Kansas City to make the playoffs, and it would be more probable than not that the Chiefs miss the playoffs if they lose on Sunday. But a win for Kansas City would also make it more likely that the Broncos could end up with the top seed in the AFC, get the bye, and also ensure themselves home field advantage right up until the Super Bowl. So this is a tricky one, and I've seen it from a handful of people. Hey, best case scenario is a tie. I've already seen that 4 or 5 times right now in the last 2 minutes on the RamosLaw.com text line.
It's more likely not going to end in a tie.
Right. So let's keep it more reality based. Not that
it can't happen.
It can happen, but like 99.7% of the time, they're going to finish with one team's going to win, one team's going to lose. So let's keep it to that. How would you answer it?
I want. Oh man, I actually want, because you said if Kansas City wins, then it gives us a easier way to win the
because
win the
it's,
AFC.
Because right now it says the Broncos are the number 1 seed.
Yes.
Okay. And if the Broncos take care of business, chances are, they'll finish with the number 1 seed, but they're technically not in control of their own destiny because the Colts have more games against AFC opponents. They play Kansas City. They play Houston. They play Jacksonville. They play Jacksonville again. So the tiebreaker is going to come down to your winning percentage against AFC teams.
Okay.
And because the Colts have more opportunities against AFC teams, so they haven't played Houston yet. So they play them twice. They haven't played Jacksonville yet. They play them twice. So they have those 4 games left on the schedule, plus this game against Kansas City. So that's 5 games against AFC opponents. The Broncos don't have that many. So if the Colts actually win all their games against the AFC or more than Denver, they'll ultimately win the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that I would have to go with Kansas City beating the Colts because I want the bye. I want us to be number 1, the number 1 seed. I want us to only have to play 2 games at home, by the way, which right now we're undefeated when we play at home. We just would have to play and win 2 games, one-off games, to get to a Super Bowl with a defense that's playing really, really good, a coach that has done it before. So I would have to have Kansas City.
So you're pulling for the Chiefs
to
beat the Colts.
To beat the Colts.
Even if it means that will breathe life into the Chiefs' playoff chances, and you could be playing Kansas City. I find it fascinating.
Yeah, that's the scary thing. You start to think of it like that.
Right. And so, man.
So what would you do?
I would, at the end of the day, I think I'm man.
Number 1 seed.
At the end of the day, I think I'm pulling for the Chiefs.
Okay.
Just like
all
you.
All right.
In an event that the Broncos are hosting. If they're playing in a playoff game, it's in Denver.
Yes.
And someone's going to have to come in here and upset them. This is a really, 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 really tough place to play right now. It just is.
One of the loudest places to play in NFL.
Yes.
Period.
And I made a video about this for Instagram. Go follow me, Buysline, or just type in Zach Buy. Look at this video, and I took some of the quotes from the broadcast on Sunday. Tony Romo, Jim Nantz. You got to think about it like this. Tony Romo and Jim Nantz get assigned who CBS thinks is the best game that weekend that they own the rights to. So they do great matchups every single week, meaning that they're in rabid environments every single week. So for Romo, and I know for some people, Romo drives them nuts. It doesn't bother me.
I like Romo.
I just
very smart.
I just don't put that much energy into people act like he didn't say anything good about Denver. That's not true. But he's like, Jim, this is the loudest environment that we've been in this whole season. So even within doing the best game in rabid environments week in, week out, Denver is now sticking out in the way that it used to. So you're coming into altitude and to one of the most raucous environments that the NFL has to offer. And now put playoff noise on it? Whew. Kansas City's scary. I got it. But, man, I think that I would rather just say, you want to know what? I'll bet on the Broncos playing at home and not live in my fears what Kansas City's going to do. Because here's the other thing. The season's not over after this weekend. Kansas City's going to have to win other games. I believe they may have to win 5 of their next 6 games to make this work.
See?
So even if they beat the Colts and help the Broncos from a seeding standpoint, they still have to turn around and play Dallas in Dallas on a short week, by the way. Traditionally and historically unkind to the road team.
And Dallas is getting healthier.
They have been, and they're just different at home, and they have new pieces post-trade deadline. But then the Chiefs have to play Houston again. Maybe C.J. Stroud's back for that. They have to play the Chargers again, who have already beaten Kansas City. So all things considered, because this means so much between the Broncos and Indianapolis, ultimately I would say I can't believe it, but I think I'm pulling for the Chiefs.
I want the number 1 seed. I want the playoffs to be here. And I want to only have to win 2 games to get to a Super Bowl. That's what the Kansas City Chiefs have been doing for many years, and it's worked. So let's kind of take some out of their book and do the exact same thing. When the time comes and you have to play that 7th seed or whoever you have to play, like we'll worry about that. But just find a way to get home field advantage and only have to play 2 damn games.
Man, this is so split on the RamosLaw.com text line. It's so split. Todd from Firestone says, you root for the Colts. Don't give the Chiefs any hope or life. Don't let them get into the playoffs. Yeah. You need to take the heart of a champion as soon as you can. If you let Mahomes into the playoffs, you play with fire that way. Root for the Colts this weekend to win.
I like it. And I understand it. Like, if the Chiefs get in, right, all you have to do is get into the dance. And you have a Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid who have done it so many times that it is scary.
Someone says no Broncos fan will ever root for the Chiefs. You make that decision for yourself, right? Don't tell another fan how to fan. Someone else says go Chiefs. Honestly, this is Mike and Parker. Go Chiefs, honestly, because we would possibly have to play in Buffalo with no home field advantage. There's all that stuff at play. And regardless of result, it doesn't guarantee one thing or the other because there's still 5 games after this. But, man, this is a biggie this weekend. It's a very big game. Okay. I have a question as it relates to the Broncos, a position of need, and a potential do-over from this past spring. That's next.
Is R.J. Harvey ready to take over the Broncos backfield?
R.J. Harvey ain't ready. He's not ready. Too much pitter-patter.
I think R.J. Harvey has already established himself in what he is, at least for this year. And that is a guy that's really good out of the backfield catching the ball.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
It's Senior Day at Folsom Field on Saturday, November 22nd. Celebrate the Buff senior class as Colorado football takes on the reigning Big 12 champions, Arizona State. It's also the CU Athletics Hall of Fame celebration as we honor and welcome back Buffs legends. The 2025 induction class includes football greats Jeff Campbell, Mason Crosby, and Barry Remington. Grab your tickets now at cubuffs.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Receive $1,000 off every 10 windows you purchase and receive a $100 grocery gift card to contribute to your Thanksgiving festivities. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Select Health, how can we help?
Representative.
I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
Representative.
I'm Sam.
Representative.
It sounds like you said representative. One moment. Select Health, how can we help?
Finally. Hi, I have a question on copays.
I can help with that.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Wow, Leslie, your fireplace really sucks.
I beg your pardon?
Well, what I mean is your fireplace is literally sucking all the air out of your house and right up the chimney every time you burn it.
Well, what can I do about it?
Well, you could get a high-efficiency gas insert from Cozy Heat. It keeps all the air you already pay the utility company to heat, and it returns up to 80% of the fire's heat back into your house.
I'd use my fireplace every chance I get if I could do that. Maybe my furnace wouldn't need to run so much.
Well, that's the whole point. Hi, this is Keith Lair with Lair Fireplace and Patio, along with my niece Leslie, to tell you how a gas insert from Cozy Heat will give you the incentive to use your fireplace again. Cozy Heat gas fireplaces and inserts are made to crank out the heat with beauty and style.
Lair's is Denver's oldest, most trusted name in fireplaces. Family owned and operated since 1954.
We'll even give you a free in-home quote, including expert installation by our own certified in-house installers.
Find us on the web at lairfireplacepatio.com.
For top quality Cozy Heat fireplaces and inserts, it's Lair Fireplace and Patio, Denver's fireplace experts.
This holiday, doesn't she deserve Tacori?
Handcrafted in California, Tacori rings have design details you won't find in other diamond engagement rings.
Including Tacori's perfectly engineered crown and windows of light created by Tacori's iconic crescent design.
It's the Tacori touch, and you'll find it at Williams Jewelers, Colorado's only platinum Tacori store. I'm Steve Williams.
I'm Shayna.
And I'm Bruce Williams. She deserves nothing less. You'll find your Tacori jewelry at both Williams Jewelers.
Now celebrating over 75 years as Denver's first family of fine jewelers.
So this holiday season, come, fall in love with Tacori, the ring she's always dreamed of.
Tacori at Williams Jewelers,
where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers, where Colorado shines. In Inglewood at Bellevue and Broadway, and in Cherry Creek North, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Most business owners and decision makers work hard but stay frustrated because customers simply don't know they exist. Marketing isn't about being flashy. It's about making sure people understand how you solve their problem. Audio, video, and online campaigns put your message where your customers are already paying attention. And your friends at Denver Sports, they specialize in connecting customers to businesses. The moment you get clear and show up consistently, growth follows. Don't stay the best-kept secret in town. Visit DenverSports.com and click on the Advertise with Us button and start growing today.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, good conversation about who Broncos country should be polling for. So many reactions and responses on the RamosLaw.com text line. And man, I have to say, like, it is truly, I don't want to say split because I haven't gone through text by text by text by text, but it is very diverse. It's not one-sided at all. And so when I saw that, I said, okay, let's put a poll out.
Put a poll out there.
Let's put a poll out. And I asked, question for Broncos country. All right, question for Broncos country. Who are you pulling for this weekend? Colts or Chiefs? A win for the Colts would knock KC down in the playoff picture, bring their postseason odds below 50%. A win for Kansas City would make it more likely that the Broncos get the number one seed in the playoffs.
And you added that details, too, right? Because some people, they don't necessarily see the detail of what you just said there, and they just go for like, well, I'm not going to go for the Chiefs.
Exactly, right.
So
no,
you added that in?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That number one seed, it could be massive. It could just be absolutely massive. And so if you want to go vote on that poll, go ahead. Just type that Zach By into Twitter. It'll come right up. Okay. question as it relates to the Broncos and a potential do-over from the spring. All right? I want to ask the question because we get to do this when we're doing sports talk radio. Not everything has to be rooted in reality, and sometimes you could do a thought exercise and like game theory things out, and sometimes you could learn something about where you stand on any sort of subject. So
don't we do it sometimes with ourselves when you look at a situation, you be like, damn, I wish I could do that over again.
Totally.
I do that too.
If the Broncos had a chance to rewind time to the NFL draft, do you think they would pick up the option to do that, to rewind time? And of course, real quick, I'll frame it. The context, of course, is they drafted Jahdae Barron in the first round, but the guy who they planned to play Jahdae over is playing the best football of his career in Jaquan McMillan. And then simultaneously, you have a top running back go down, and I don't want to make it just specific to the running back, but it is part of the context that I am asking the question of, like, you had a top 5 running back go down, and the early returns, not great. I think it was 59 yards rushing
59 yards, yeah.
On Sunday, and the next team that wins the Super Bowl without the ability to run the ball will be the first. So not running back specific, but in general, do you think that if the Broncos had a chance to do a do-over, they would?
Yes, for sure, 100%. Knowing what they know now, knowing what Jaquan's doing is amazing, and knowing that Jahdae Barron, who you drafted in the first round, that crystal, let's not forget that Sean said he's not passing on a crystal for a blender, so Jahdae Barron was that crystal. He's sitting there as a backup corner, a backup nickel. Now, he's in the game a lot because they go dime, which leads to having more DBs out there on the field at one time.
Mm-hmm.
But if they had a redo of the draft, my guessing is Sean and George would have been a lot more aggressive in trying to get someone like Tyler Warren, the tight end that's with the Colts, that's having a great year because of that joker role that Sean wants. And also looking at what this offense looks like without J.K. Dobbins the first game, they will probably want to go out there and draft Travion Henderson, who's with the Patriots, who came out of Ohio State in the first round. And that young man is just different.
Man, he looks like it.
When you watch him play, you feel him. And when I mean feel him, the speed, the explosiveness, that every time that young man touches the ball, you hold your breath because you never know if it's going for a touchdown, for a 50-yard touchdown. When Travion Henderson touches that ball, it's electrifying. And not only is it about him touching the football, but he blocks his butt off as a rookie. Honestly, Zach, I've been looking around the league. He blocks better than some veterans out there.
Interesting.
He understands his leverage. He understands the blitzes that are coming his way, and he picks it up, and he's very aggressive. If you would have had Travion Henderson here in the backfield with J.K. Dobbins, that right there is a potent 1-2 punch. And so if Sean and George had a chance to go back and draft Travion Henderson in the first round, knowing what they know now, knowing that you need a run game when you get to the playoffs, and that this team is so close, they have the defense to win a Super Bowl or get to a Super Bowl, they would have drafted Travion Henderson. And that's a fact. I'm just saying that. Like, I watch these games, I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Man, oh, man, oh,
and
man.
I want to knock RJ and what he's got going on.
No. But we're being real. I asked you for your authentic opinion, and you gave it to me. Gosh, hard to disagree with a lot of that. You know, RJ, while he looks like a weapon, and again, this is not a new take, right? This is not retroactive hindsight. This is before the JK injury. I would just say he doesn't look like a starting down-to-down running back. He doesn't. No, just like Marvin Mims doesn't look like a down-to-down wide receiver number 2. They're both weapons. There's a place for them on game day. There's no doubt.
They're role players.
Yes.
They star in their role. They do a good job. They'll stay in the league for a long time and make some money for themselves. You need everybody on a football team to do their job.
But that's not why they drafted him. They didn't draft him 60th overall so he could just be a role player. They thought that, and it's so interesting because Sean's so good at this. He is a threat out of the backfield, but they said in the draft process, they were the pass catching was secondary. It wasn't like an Alvin Kamara thing. They said that they were most impressed with him as a runner. They believed that he could be a bell cow back. Sean just said a week or two ago, this guy's built to last. Look at him. But I just don't see the skill set showing up on a series-by-series basis of running between the tackles. I don't see that.
Zach, when you say a threat out of the backfield, I think of a Christian McCaffrey. Maybe even if you think about a James White, who was a good running back for the Wisconsin Badgers, ran well. I didn't think he was a good pass-catching back until he got to the league. And he made a lot of money for himself with him and Tom Brady and just throwing out of the backfield. But when you're a threat out of the backfield, that means you're breaking tackles. That means you're explosive even when you're catching passes. Is that R.J. Harvey right now for you? I'm yet to see R.J. Harvey catch a choice route where you're one-on-one with a linebacker and you get to go left, right, or sit it down if it's zone and then make something out of it. Explosive 20, 25-yard gain. I'm yet to see that. Now, I've seen some wheel routes.
Yep.
But even with wheel routes, there's some scheme to it where you have some receivers that have some rub routes that can kind of get lost. I want to see R.J. Harvey break a tackle, make somebody miss after he catches a ball and pick up that first down or have that explosive 25, 30-yard touchdown out of the backfield as a receiver. That's something Alvin Kamara has done a great job of. Christian McCaffrey does a great job of. R.J. Harvey, I haven't seen it just yet.
Yeah. Man, they would never admit it. They would never admit it. And maybe ultimately over time, R.J. proves to be some bell cow. I have my doubts, and I'm using Sean's word as a compass with that. Running back position doesn't take a long time to evaluate. Shows up pretty quick. So, yeah,
And he'll get the opportunities to shut us all up.
Yep.
He will. R.J. Harvey, that is. Second-round draft pick. They're going to continue to let him run the ball. And what you do with it is what you do with it. Nobody else is going to have anything else to say if you go out there and you have positive yards and you're breaking tackles and you're making people miss.
It'd be a very welcome sight. So at the end of the day, we made it more about Harvey. But if they had to do a do-over with Barron, do you think they would do that?
Yes. Yes, they're going to go for that running back because they're missing a running back. That's the missing piece right now that when you get to the playoffs, you have to have. I'm just nervous that we're going to get there and we're going to come in here after a playoff game and say, damn, if we would have had J.K. Dobbins,
I know,
we're in the Super Bowl.
I know.
That's it, Zach. And you've been on it with trying to go and get somebody.
Yep, they should have done it.
Deadline.
They should have done it before the trade deadline. It was a third-round pick for Breece Hall. It's not armchair quarterback. Said it before the deadline. They had an opportunity. If I saw it, they should have seen it. Okay, the Nuggets are faced with a similar test tonight that they failed on Monday. What are we looking for the most this evening? That's next.
Is Vance Joseph coaching his way toward a much bigger opportunity after this season?
You have the league's best defense. You're going to end up flirting with the all-time NFL sack record, and you're doing it without the Defensive Player of the Year and your leading tackler, who are two different people?
Yeah.
Phil, he's got 6 more regular season games left in Denver.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right. The temperatures, as you know, are dropping, and that game day energy is heating up, baby. Broncos country. You can feel it. The crunch of the leaves under your shoes, the chill of that air, and the sound of that crowd echoing through the Mile High City. Football is in full swing. So whether you're bundling up to cheer on the Broncos at Empower Field or heading up to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, make sure you get there on time and also in style. Leave the traffic and icy parking lots to somebody else. Hermes Worldwide has you covered with their luxury rides that will keep you warm, comfortable, and stress-free all the way to kickoff. Hermes Worldwide also offers championship-level transportation. Close your eyes and picture this. You and your crew rolling up to the stadium in a sleek, heated vehicle, no parking hassles, no driving worries, just a professional driver ready to get you to and from the game safely. Sounds pretty good, right? Then give them a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I know you didn't plan to hear from me this early, but I'm tired of lugging this bowl full of jelly around. That's why me and Mrs. Claus are with Soda Weight Loss now. I'm losing 6 pounds a week. My knees are loving my results, and I'm keeping up with the elves again. And the wife? She's all about this healthier me. Keeps telling me I'm slaying.
Ready to slay all those holiday pictures? Get photo ready and join Soda Weight Loss right now. When you join, your partner joins for free.
With all the weight I've been losing with Soda Weight Loss, they're gonna have to make a whole new Santa suit for the big ride.
Real support and help from nutritionists who are just a call or text away. Take advantage of Soda Weight Loss's partner program. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Annuities, not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at trajanwealth.com.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
The Denver Nuggets are faced with a similar test tonight that they flunked on Monday. Nuggets-Pelicans later this evening in New Orleans. If you remember, this was I'm pretty sure this was the game where, gosh, was it all the one game? So last year, you remember Jokic missed time, stayed at home with his newborn.
It's like 7-8 games, something like that, maybe even more.
Yeah, but there was also a intersection where Michael Malone did not go on the road and stayed to watch his daughter play volleyball.
Yeah, I remember that.
In the state tournament.
People were upset.
And I know this was for sure the game last year at New Orleans where Jamal Murray left New Orleans to fly to New York City to watch a UFC fight.
Was it New Orleans?
Almost positive. Is it New Orleans or Memphis? But I thought it was New Orleans.
I'm going to go with you because you tallied everything that Jamal was doing wrong.
Well, when I can't keep track of it off the top of my head and I have to document it.
You writing it down.
And you just write it down.
I haven't seen that in a while, Zach. Your book.
My blue notebook.
Your blue notebook of just like everybody that you don't like. You just cross people off. I think I saw Drew Spivak in there. You saw me. I saw myself in there.
Nope. It was it was two people for sure. Melvin Gordon.
Melly Mel.
And Jerry Jeudy. And so if I have to keep a file on you, you don't want me to keep a file on you.
No, you don't.
But I'm pretty sure this was the game where Jamal left. I think it was between Memphis and New Orleans, I want to say.
It sounds about right because it was like Memphis, and then they had that little break. Jamal, dips out, goes watch a fight.
And I'm pretty sure, and again, I could be making this up, but I'm pretty sure it was the weekend or the same road trip where Malone didn't go on it. And it was just like an ultimate microcosm of like, where are we at with this team right now? Like, and obviously more grace for Malone staying at home with his family to watch, a state tournament, volleyball match. Jamal, leaving to go hang out and party in New York City. It was just different. It was especially with the Jamal stuff, it was a microcosm of how just the culture had changed in Denver.
Yeah, and you had Jokic that wasn't already on the road trip because of his family and his new baby.
Yeah.
So it was just a lot going on.
There was a
lot going on.
There was a lot going on. But New Orleans stinks. Okay, so let's just start there. That's what makes it a similar test to Monday night. Now, New Orleans is down real bad. Chicago, I think, is one game above 500. But they started like 5-0. They had come in here, lost 5 in a row. Talking about the Bulls, we were in the building on Monday night. The Nuggets were like a 13.5-point favorite. They get beat on their home floor for the first time this year. They did not have the requisite energy, focus, intensity, all that stuff.
They were just flat out flat.
They were. The Pelicans, dude, they've already fired their coach. We are not 15 games into the season. Willie Green let go over the weekend. James Borrego taking over. The 2 games that Borrego has taken over, they've got their head kicked in just the same.
They're 2-12.
They're 2-12. They are not good. I don't care if this game is in New Orleans or if they played it on the moon. If they check the boxes that they did not check on Monday night, the Nuggets should win going away.
Well, you said this yesterday, and I'm going to steal it right now. They need to go in there with a professional approach. Start fast, finish strong. The star players that we have, go out there and handle business. Make your shots. Get the rebounds. Play some good defense on the perimeter. Don't let them end this game. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a lot of fans at this game on a Wednesday when the Pelicans are 2-12 and you have Zion that's not going to be playing.
Correct.
So just handle business and come back home so that you can get ready for your next game. Or if you have that, I want to say they have a away stretch coming up here soon. I may be wrong, but no matter what, I just got done talking about win this game tonight.
Yeah. Yep. It's pretty simple. Within the game, what are you watching for?
Yeah. Of course, we can say Cam Johnson, and I want to see more from him. But I want to see something from this bench. They put up 9 points against the Bulls, Zach. 9 points.
Crazy.
Unacceptable. The one thing we raved about this year was we have more of a bench presence. We have more weapons coming off the bench. Well, I want to see that on display. I want to see JV and what he can do with an increased role. The reason why I say it's going to be an increased role, we should have our starters out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Jokic should be resting in the fourth quarter. Jamal Murray should be resting in this fourth quarter. So if they're resting, that means that your bench is playing. So I want to see more from JV, Zach.
Yeah, I like it. He only played 5 minutes the other night in Chicago. Stylistically, just didn't make sense for his skill set as the Bulls went small and stretched the Nuggets out. I'm watching Cam Johnson, obviously. He's coming off his best game.
Yeah.
5 of 7 from 3. It's really good to see on Monday night, despite the loss. That was the one.
Crazy.
They were going crazy for him, and that's a smart fan base who knows how bad he's been struggling and is getting behind him. So that was great. But I would say, you want to know what? I want to see the continued ascension of Payton Watson. And I've been saying for a while, he's still raw, far from a perfect player, but he's getting an opportunity to start. And he just represents something a little bit different for this team, a level of athleticism, a level of on-ball defense. I've seen this young man the last 10 days take NBA All-Stars out of their flow. Anthony Edwards, Pascal Siakam, he's just a little bit different that way. In that game on Monday night, has 3 blocks.
Yeah.
And a couple of them are just like, man, there's one cat in this gym that can do that, and it's P-Watt. Or P-SWAT, I guess, in that case.
There we go. We come up with the nickname.
So, no, that one's been around. That's not me. But, yeah, I want to see, hey, you're starting because of circumstance. Take advantage of the circumstance, right? So, Christian Braun, not in the mix. Here's your opportunity, man. And it should be a really good one because you're going to have a long runway here because Christian's going to be out for the foreseeable future. So what an opportunity to play alongside Jokic, right, in a way that you otherwise don't always do. And
you're looking for this contract, right? Like things happen for a reason. And for Payton Watson, maybe this reason is, hey, look, you didn't sign the contract that you thought you were going to sign. That went to Christian Braun. But now you just got to send the opportunity to play with Jokic to make a little bit more money for yourself. Go out there and handle business.
All right, we'll see what we're in store for, man. This should be, honestly, I think it's the biggest spread in the NBA tonight. I think it's 14 points. If the Nuggets take care of business, the Pelicans should not be able to score with them. They should not be able to score with them because their second leading scorer, Jordan Poole, or maybe second or third, he's out tonight too. So just handle business. Okay. Shifting gears here just a little bit. Deion Sanders making his intentions in Boulder crystal clear. But there's a new element that we need to keep our eyes on here moving forward. Also, we may be living in a golden age of Denver sports. Who's got the best shot to make it all the way? We'll handle all of that as we are on the doorstep of nearly 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is on a mission to feed families this holiday season, and we need your help. As part of our Fill the Truck campaign, we'll be collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items to benefit the Food Bank of the Rockies November 19th, 20th, and 21st. So stop by the Walmart Supercenter in Highlands Ranch near C470 in Quebec from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and help us fill the truck for those in need. Head to denversports.com/truck for more info. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Colorado's favorite appliance store is celebrating huge savings during our Black Friday sale going on now. Hi, I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Craft your dream kitchen and save up to $4,400 on select KitchenAid appliance packages. Enjoy a special financing and our price match guarantee with exclusive offers you won't find at big box stores. Visit us today and experience the difference. When you think appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you. Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches. All styles, from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthew's Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. No shipping your watch off to the internet site and waiting to get a check. Bring your used Rolex into Matthews. We have been servicing Colorado since 1951. Located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center. Matthews, we buy, sell, and service Rolex watches.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at matthewsfinewatches.com.
The Wilhite Law Firm handles accident cases differently. If you're injured, we'll drive to your home, return every call, and keep you updated. After an accident, you want Wilhite. Get your free case review right now. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW today or visit wilhitewins.com and win big with Wilhite.
The U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame game at Ball Arena is Thanksgiving Saturday, and we have a deal for you as loyal listeners. Family 4-packs are now under $150 in the lower bowl while they last.
Puck on the side of the cage. Seawolves pressuring. Shot at another save by Quentin Miller.
Go to DenverPioneers.com and use code RADIO. Cheer on your 10-time national champs, your Denver Pioneers, at Ball Arena Thanksgiving Saturday.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Marketing can feel overwhelming. Where to start? What works? What doesn't? That's where your marketing experts at Denver Sports come in. Audio, video, online marketing, and we know how to cut through the noise so your customers finally hear your story. You don't have to waste time guessing or spinning your wheels. We'll guide you with a proven plan that turns your marketing into growth. Let us handle the hard part. You do the easy part. Head over to DenverSports.com and click Advertise with Us and start growing your business today.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. Coming soon.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling downhill here on a hump day, November 19th. Greatly appreciate you guys spending a portion of your day with us, however you're listening, whether it's in real time, in the car, Maybe you're at home. Maybe you're in the middle of the night shift. We appreciate you rocking with us. All right. We'll get to this Denver sports question here in just a couple minutes. All right. Also, I put a poll out on Twitter. Who should Broncos country be rooting for this weekend? Kansas City or Indianapolis? And all the things that are at play there. And there is a leader in the clubhouse. You can go vote on that poll on Twitter. Hit me up at Buysline. But for now, Deion Sanders, making his intentions crystal clear. Okay? Crystal clear.
Is that crystal clear?
After today, Deion went up, took the podium, all right, and said he's built for these trials and tribulations.
So please understand, if anybody is built for adversity, I am. If anybody is built to change, I am. If anybody is built to overcome situations and trials and tribulations, I am. You got the right man. I promise you do. And I'm going to prove that to you. I am. Just give me an opportunity and give me a little more time, and I'm going to prove that to you. I will. I promise you that.
Man, a lot of promises.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit more time. Give me the opportunity to prove it.
He's asking.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just have to be honest, it falls a little bit on deaf ears when the guy who branded the CU takeover as I'm bringing my Louis luggage, like I'm the portal king. That's like literally a nickname of his. I can flip a whole program, and you can flip a college program faster now than in the history of college athletics. So the fact that he is asking for more time now, look, he's going to get it. I'm not saying he's on the hot seat or something like that, but like, because we know that's not true.
Yeah.
But like from a perception and just opinion standpoint, it doesn't hit the same when you're the portal king and you're the king of the Louis luggage and you're asking for more time and patience.
I think we tend to forget, like last year didn't happen. Now, of course, like I was on the side of like we're winning 9 games this year because of what he said, Coach Prime said.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, we're winning 9 games. Coach Prime said this is a better team than last year. We had a Heisman winner, a quarterback in Shedeur Sanders, who was a really good quarterback, especially in college.
Mm-hmm.
You had 4 or 5 other players that are in the NFL, and you're telling me that you're going to be good the next year? So I was all aboard. I was like, come on, let's go. I'm on this train. Now, it didn't happen.
And by the way, Deion told you and all of us that this team was going to be better than last year.
Exactly. So it's like I'm in with this. But I do understand that sometimes things don't go right and you make bad decisions. Coach Prime has made bad decisions. One, taking so long to start someone like Juju.
Yeah.
Who is the future.
Holy smokes.
Once you knew that Payton Salter was not the guy, put him out there.
Oh, man.
Give him those valuable reps. And you move on from there. Whether you win or you lose, you give him those reps. I wanted to see him out there at some point, sooner rather than later, and it's too late.
Yeah, way too late.
Number 2, why the hell did you keep Pat Shurmur, the offensive coordinator, who was not even running your team last year? It was more of the Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders show, and whatever they wanted to do went. Whereas in, you don't have them now. And you're still trying to figure out who you are as an offensive coordinator, or you're just not creative enough. And you had the opportunity to go with Payton Salter or Juju, and you couldn't do anything with both of them. But yet you're still on the team. If you're Pat Shurmur, like that has to stop. So for someone like Coach Prime, he needs to take a step back and make sure that the guys he's surrounding himself with when it comes to coaches are the right guys for the job. And that they do know the X's and O's and that they are hungry and they are creative. So you may, in your head, it seems like it's like you've heard this before from Coach Prime. You're done listening to like him say that he's going to change things. For me, it's like I'm going to give him at least another year to prove what he's saying can come true.
Well, my thought on it is almost irrelevant because he's getting another year. And by the way, if I were in charge, I wouldn't be firing Deion Sanders. Not at this stage. You need to give him, although it falls on deaf ears for me, like you still have to actually like see him go out and do it again or not do it again and then go from there. But I'm telling you, the biggest domino that's going to fall up in Boulder has nothing to do with Deion directly or his staff. It's who the school hires as the new athletic director. And the history of college sports tells us repeatedly that relationship is massively important. And when the athletic director comes in and he did not hire you, it can just become a little bit disjointed. And also, and this is, I don't want to get too sort of boring with this and too into the weeds, but what kind of athletic director does the school, the university, the chancellors, the school president, all those people, what kind of AD do they want to hire? Because here's the thing. If CU doesn't bounce back and win games next year, the interest in the program is going to lessen. And it already has to a certain degree. Last year's every game is sold out. You're going to have to pay way over market. Now it could be 48 hours before the game. You can still get a ticket. No big deal. They're still getting great support.
You got to win.
You got to win. But we've even talked about the numbers. I mean, we had a game where under 400,000 people watched CU on a Saturday when in the past it was 5, 6, 10 million. So you're already starting to see it. And I brought this up before, but I think it's massively important. And it's essential to understand if you're going to talk about the dynamics in Boulder. Yes, they're making a lot of money. Everyone will tell you how much money they're making under Deion, but they're also spending a lot of money, guys. Yeah. And they're actually not making a profit right now, according to USA Today. According to USA Today, in a lengthy piece it's hard to get through because it's a lot of just stuff. It's not exciting stuff. It's more the mundane and
you got to comb through
it.
Yes.
But in that piece, they say that the university is cutting the athletic department a check to bridge the gap of their finances at the end of the year. So this idea that they're printing money and they're making a profit, it's not necessarily lining up with the facts because they're paying out so much money. And much like people in life, people make a lot of money, they spend a lot of money. Now, not everyone, but a lot of times it works like that. That's why they have to turf the field. They want to do more concerts and events to try to generate.
We talked about that.
Yes, we did. So
now for the universities, that's not common or uncommon.
It's not
for them to be paying a check for an athletic department.
No, it's not uncommon. It happens all the time. Now, does it happen at the big boy schools? It doesn't because they generate the revenue. But at CU, they're not, LSU or Georgia or Alabama or A&M. That's just not who they are. But they're spending like it. So what I'm saying is, if the wins don't come here over the next year or two, the interest goes down, the money coming in goes down, the bills going out stay the same and actually only increase under Deion. If you fire some coaches like Pat Shermer or Robert Livingston, which I expect to happen, you're going to have to pay them to go away, just like you had to pay other OCs to go away, right? So it's a really interesting period of time as we almost get into Deion Sanders' second act, which kind of started this year with no Shador and Travis. Can he do this at the highest level? He's being paid like a top coach, okay? He's getting paid like a top coach. He has now got to deliver the results. You get this mulligan year, perfect, whatever, but it's got to happen here.
No, and he knows that the pressure is on. You're getting paid a lot of money to be the head coach of the University of Colorado. You had one really good year where you won 9 games. You have to get back to that. Now, you have the athletes to do it, I believe. When you sit here and you watch these games and you're in a close game with Georgia Tech, when you're in a close game with BYU, where you should have beat TCU, where you upset Iowa State, the talent is there. Now, you have to have the coach.
Now, you also lost a couple games by about 100.
Well, for sure. But
just to get full context.
There is context to it. But by that time, you're down and out. You said it before, where some of these players seemed like they were giving up, that they didn't believe in the quarterback. They didn't believe in the offensive coordinator. When you start to have that happen, you're not winning games. So there is context. There's two sides to it.
Let me give you a little bit of pushback after we call our latest flyaway name. Jarek Springs. You have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize, which is 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Jarek Springs. call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyway.com and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6A and 6P to hear if your name is called. Do they have talent in a way that they did not before Deion got there? Yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Are they more talented than last year's team? I don't believe so.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Although Deion, with conviction, said we're going to be better. So that wasn't true. But what I would say is, and this would be one of my first questions if I'm the new athletic director. Okay, so we just got our head kicked in, right? We're a 3-win team. We're 3-7. Who knows how it'll end up? They have a top 25 Arizona State team coming on Saturday, and you'll be at that game.
Yeah.
They got to put you on the Jumbotron. I want to hear the Folsom crowd. They put Phillip Lindsay on the Jumbotron. But also, one of my first questions for Deion is, okay, so this isn't working right now. You need to change some stuff. Coaching, yep, you got to change some coaches. But also, in my opinion, I'm speaking for myself, but I would have the same thought if I was a new AD. Like, you have to put a little bit more work in the recruitment process. There's only one coach in the country who doesn't do visits, and that's Deion. And so when you're not getting the results, now I'm not saying he doesn't land talent. He does.
Yeah. So tell me, like,
I just don't think he's maximizing. He's got a superpower, and that's his personality.
So you're saying that if he goes on in-house visits, then he's maximizing everything.
Yes.
So that's the only thing he's missing is in-house visits.
No, not the only thing, because I mentioned the coaches, because he's also
we
missing.
know the coaches.
I'm saying you got to get rid of Pat Shermer.
Well, 100%. If you keep Pat Shermer, then something is wrong.
Agreed. And actually, if you keep Pat Shermer, that would be a sign about finances for me, not about doing what's best for your program. Because if you've already paid coaches to go away and go, hey, Robert Livingston, go away and be 8-2 at.
I mean, come on now. Like, you need to get rid of Pat Shermer, and you can bring in a young, hungry offensive coordinator and pay him less money and let them prove themselves than just to keep Pat Shermer there.
So, in my opinion, Deion Sanders has a superpower. It's his personality.
Yeah.
He's got a gravitas that is hard to explain. He gets in front of people, and he just swoons people. So if you're not getting the results you want and you don't have the bag to give the kids, because a lot of times the kids will just follow the bag. So if you don't have the bag to give, in fact, you don't even have enough of the $20.5 million in revenue share to distribute to the students, it's time to get in grind mode. It's time to do something and change your approach to a certain degree. Is he going to do it as much as, I don't know, fill in the blank coach? Probably not. But I think he needs to change his approach, because if he can untuck his cape, all right, and reveal his superpower of get in front of parents and say, hey, we don't have $750,000. I might have $400 for you. Are you willing to take less and come play for me, Deion Sanders? I think he needs to unlock that level in the recruitment game.
And I'm confused is he's getting the talent in the building. They're coming to see him. He's having these conversations, the same conversations that you're saying to have. He's having. He's offering them whatever amount of money that they have. I don't know what CU has to offer.
But you don't think they're recruiting the same type of kid that the schools in the SEC and Big Ten are recruiting, do you?
Well, see, that's the thing. Everybody has a different style of recruiting. That doesn't mean that you can go into a house and you're just going to flip change their mind.
Well, you'll never know if you never try it.
Well, if you're getting these young men to come to you, what's the difference? If they're coming to you and they're seeing where they're going to be staying for the next 5 years, what's the difference?
A difference could be Deion offered to fly me in.
Yes,
but
fly me and my family in.
But that's not unique. That's standard. That's not unique. Every big school in the country is doing that. So now it's like, okay, what's the difference? What's making CU different than these other schools?
Yeah.
And so if and I'm gonna use Kirby Smart, like, because I know he still does home visits. If Kirby Smart is willing to walk through someone's door, like,
but also he has that brand. That logo, Georgia.
I got it.
The money.
And I got it. They have the money. So Deion doesn't have the money, and he still doesn't do the recruitment.
But he's doing the recruitment his way.
Is it working?
Well, yes.
No, it's not.
How is it not? The talent. You're talking about kids with talent. They have talent.
I'm not saying they don't. It's not the same level of talent.
No, what it is coaching, which you continue to say all the time,
the
right?
coaching needs to get better.
If Kirk Cinetti, who's a great coach, can take what he has, which is, you could say at the beginning of his career, his time with Indiana, wasn't more talented than the Buffs, but he's a great coach.
Yes.
That matters. It breaks ties. It helps you win games.
Phil.
So it's not the talent.
Phil.
It's the coaching.
Yeah, no, it's both. You get to 3-7 because it's both.
So you're saying that when you watch this team that you were surprised when they were hanging with BYU, if they would have made plays, if the quarterback, let's be real, the quarterback would have made a couple plays.
Hold on, but that's Deion's guy. You recruited him. That's the level of talent that you brought in to CU.
That's coaching, because there's another young man who's actually better than Payton Salter that you guys recruited to go there as a 5-star, but he's sitting there while Payton Salter, who can't throw the ball downfield, is starting. That's coaching.
How many 5-stars does CU have right now?
It doesn't even matter. I really don't know.
I think there's 2. It'd be Jordan Seaton and Juju.
But it doesn't matter about 5-stars. It matters about making sure that these young men are put in the right spots, the right positions.
Phil, Deion Sanders is recruiting 4-star kids who've got flamed out at other programs trying to make it work here. No.
Texas Tech is paying for their roster. They're flamed out kids from other programs.
No. Not flamed out kids. They're getting the kid that Deion got last year from Arizona State. What's his name? Is it B.J. Hill?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Who is it?
Who is that kid?
Is it B.J. Green? I think it was B.J. Green. Like, that's the kids that Texas Tech got because they have the money.
Yeah, because it's damn sure it isn't because of the recruiting process of Lubbock.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Deion and CU don't have the money. So if you have the money, you can operate however you want because the kids will follow.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the money, I don't think the proper response is to not do home visits and be the only coach in the country who doesn't do it.
So you're saying that the reason why the Colorado Buffaloes are 3-7 right now is because half of it's coaching and half of it's the players.
Yes.
No.
That's how you get to 3-7.
So if they were better coached, do they beat BYU?
Maybe so on that day.
No, maybe.
On that day?
You know they do. If they're better coached, do they beat TCU?
No.
Come on, Zach.
No.
Come on, Payton Salter threw 2 interceptions in the red zone.
That's his guy.
But that's also coaching.
That's who you started over and over. That was your prize quarterback.
So when somebody is struggling, what do? You make a change.
Yes.
You adjust.
Well,
is that the player or is that the coach?
Guess what it is? It's poor talent in Payton Salter and poor coaching, which is my argument. They have both. That's how you get to 3-7. They are a poorly coached football team, and they aren't as talented. That's how you lose 53-7 to Utah. That's how you lose 52-17 to Arizona.
Yes, Arizona.
You are poorly coached, and you don't have enough talent.
They have truly. When I looked at this team and I got to see them firsthand out there, they have more talent than our 2016 team. Now,
that's not true. Stop it. You guys had like 8 NFL players on defense. Stop it.
For sure. But also, it's the culture. We built from the ground up. They don't believe in it.
That's another box that isn't checked. That's another box that isn't. This is KKFN and KKFN AC1 Longmont, Denver. Let's get through this. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are the Drive. They don't check the culture box. They don't check the top-tier talent box. And they do not check the coaching box. All 3 are true.
I think you said that twice.
Did I say coaching? No, culture, talent, coaching. Culture, talent, coaching.
Look, I agree with you. They don't check the coaching box. But they got talent.
They have decent talent.
But
they don't have upper Big 12 talent.
A lot of people aren't going to have upper Big 12 talent if you don't got the upper checks.
And what I'm saying is, if you don't have the checks, you need to do something that you're not willing to do now.
So if your son was one of the best in the league, and Prime comes to you, that's going to break the tie of you going to, let's just say, Oregon or Colorado?
No, it probably wouldn't.
Then
but no.
So he takes his ass all the way down to here.
Dude, here's the thing. First of all, Prime's not coming to me, right? Because Prime doesn't go to anyone, right? Okay, so let's establish that. He doesn't do that. So Prime's not coming to me.
You also know that every position coach has to fly out and go see it. The head coach doesn't go to everybody.
Yes,
you know that.
But I do know that.
Okay.
But they do go to the top recruits, don't they?
Yeah, but the top recruits that they have recruited have came here.
Dude, if you don't have the bag to give, okay, and you don't do recruiting, like you don't do home visits, you're the only. He's the only coach in the country. And you're 3-7, all I'm saying is I think he needs to change his approach. And if I were the new athletic director, I would say, hey, Deion, man, I think you're really good in front of people. Like, you're a star. You have a gravitational pull. I think we need to try to get out there on the recruiting trail and get some of these kids that we're currently not getting.
Okay, all right. And change their approach. But he's getting the kids in the building. You can say that for Dabo Swinney, who had a down year, and he said he's not going to do it.
And that's a mistake for Dabo. It's a mistake.
And he's a winning coach. He's a good coach.
No, and historically he has been. But you are turning down a potential resource to help your program in the transfer portal. I look at Dabo and say, man, you are not doing everything that you could do to make Clemson a top-tier winner. The same way I look at Deion, just in a different category, I'm saying, you are not doing everything that you can do to make CU a top-tier winner.
Yeah.
They're paying Deion Sanders like a great coach. He's not a great coach. So what do you need to do? How can you bridge that gap? Yes,
Well,
I agree with you. You need to hire.
Yes,
hire new coaches.
that's number one,
You need to
man.
hire new
That's
coaches.
number one.
And honestly, if I were Deion Sanders, Warren Sapp, appreciate you. Marshall Faulk, I appreciate you.
But they're really not the issue. They're position coaches.
They
don't get the say.
But they're making way more money than normal position coaches.
And I agree with you. If they're making way more money than a regular position coach, then they have to take a pay cut, or they do have to hit the door. But you can't. If you're going to start, you start with the offensive defensive coordinators, and you go from there.
No, I agree. But again,
you just don't like the pylon kick.
The pylon kick, like super mature. The guy,
that's what it is. It's stuck in your craw.
It is stuck in my craw. Just hard to take you serious. Anyway, things need to change, and things are going to change at CU. A new athletic director is coming in, and we're going a little bit long here in a way that I didn't foresee, but we need to just finish the conversation.
Yeah, go ahead.
If CU, and just to reset, if you're just joining us, CU's not making the money that people think that they are. They're losing money.
Yeah.
So if the new athletic director comes in and didn't hire Deion, and you inherit big bills, and if the wins don't come and the revenue's down but the bills stay the same, and the university itself is already cutting a check to the athletic department, according to the USA Today, to help it not bleed financially, this is going to become problematic. Deion Sanders has got to win games, and it's going to happen. It's got to happen real quick.
No doubt.
I think everyone in Boulder will show him grace for this year. Now, fans are going to say he stinks, he sucks. Other people are going to still worship him. But the facts are, after this year, going into next year, man, he has got to get this straightened out, because this will become financially problematic for the university.
Yeah, because he's getting paid like a top-tier coach. They're expecting some top-tier wins, some big-time wins.
Yep.
And if he can't produce, this is a performance-based business, then you're going to be shown the door.
Yep. And so we'll see how it ages, man. I think it's fascinating. I find it absolutely fascinating. Anyone want to chime in here before we move on here?
Well, I have a question. Okay, so you talk about Deion needs to change his approach. How exactly is he going to do that? Because in theory, you think, all right, you go out and you start recruiting more high school kids. Well, if you do that, that's 2 to 3 years down the road where you might see the return on your investment in that. Or do you go out and you continue to just hammer the transfer portal and just hopefully hit better on the transfer portal than they did this year? I don't know where the balance is. He's got to turn this around now. So you can't really wait around for him to go out and get these high school kids that are not going to be good for another 2 or 3 years. So I don't really know how he's going to turn this thing around in a hurry.
With the lack of money to give,
right? Because he doesn't have money. They don't. He said it from day one. They have no NIL money.
Correct. And if you were ever going to tap into more money, it probably would have been after a year like last year,
right, yeah.
where there's so much excitement around the program, and someone's like, I want to be a part of this. I want to be I'm willing to give in a way that I haven't in the past. So yeah, if you talk about a fascinating next domino to fall, it's who's the new AD. What kind of AD do the people in the school want to hire?
Yeah.
Because there is a thought that the people in the actual school may not be huge fans of the football program. And especially if they're losing money, they could be looking at it like, why are we doing all this to still lose money? So it could be interesting here. Go ahead, Dante.
Yeah, on your last thing there about, who they bring in and how much the school cares about football, are you saying that they're going to but maybe move on from Deion because they're so committed to football that they need to see better results? Or are they kind of punting on football that it's less of an important thing to them? So it's like, hey, we can get anybody to coach and it'll, be similar results. Which side of the road are you thinking they go down in that scenario?
Yeah, well, one, it's all speculation. But two, I wasn't even thinking about it like that. I was thinking about it more just purely financial, that when his buyout, because after next year, his buyout's going to start going down.
It shrinks.
Yeah. So, if you are losing a ton of money and the bills stay the same, you may have to go with the punting option just to get out of the financially draining situation that it could turn into if the team doesn't win. So I don't know if that answers your question. Honestly,
it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, but the school is helping the athletic department out, which they should, because the football program has brought a lot of people to that school now.
It has.
And so it's like, hey, look, we have brought a lot of students to your school, and the increase of students enrolled in the
admission standpoint, yes.
So now you have to give us a piece of that pie because of what we've done for you.
All right. Interesting, man. Fascinating time up there. And Dion just emphatic today. Emphatic. I promised you, saying multiple times, I promise you. Trust me. I'm built for this. We'll see if that turns out to be true. Man, we may be living in a golden age of Denver sports. All right. And if things go over the next collection of months the way that we think it can go, we may be looking back at this period of time as one of the most unique in the history of Denver sports. No joke. And the impetus for this conversation is I looked at ESPN's current power rankings. We talked about it yesterday, right? They have the Broncos 5th in the NFL. ESPN has the Nuggets 2nd in their power rankings. And the Avs are number 1 in ESPN's current power rankings. All of the teams that play here in the fall and in the winter within the top 5 of their respective sport. And I got to thinking, when is the last time that all 3 of these teams were this good at the same period of time? And I think that the answer that we hope it's going to be in a couple months is never. It's never happened because the results are so incredible. But here's where we stand. The Avs have been around here for around 30 years, okay? Only 3 times ever have the Nuggets, Avs, and Broncos been in the playoffs all at the same time. The first time was in 2003. The Avs lost in the second round to San Jose. The Nuggets lost in the first round to Minnesota. And the Broncos lost in the wild card round to the Colts, okay? The other time that it happened was 2005. The Avs were in the playoffs. They lost in the second round to Anaheim. The Denver Nuggets lost in the first round to the Clippers. And the Broncos ended up going to the AFC Championship game with Jake Plummer and losing to Big Ben and the Steelers.
Remember that one.
And then the third time was last year. So this sequence of time, last year and this year, will be the first time in the history of Denver sports that these 3 teams are in the playoffs in back-to-back seasons.
Now it comes down to this now. Yeah, and I'm glad that you brought that up because it's like, wow, like this is rare. Is this the first time that, at least for me, I'm speaking for myself, I feel like all 3 teams, if things go right, can do it. Now there's times where everybody can get to the playoffs, but are they truly a playoff team? Like, for example, last year. The Denver Broncos weren't necessarily supposed to get to the playoffs. That was the second year. It was Bo Nix's rookie year. We didn't know what to expect. They were able to go to the playoffs at 10-7. They played Buffalo, got their heads kicked in. They weren't ready. But we knew about the Nuggets and the Avs and that they could do it. This year, though, you have the Denver Broncos who are 9-2. The Avalanche, they're nobody can beat them. They seem unstoppable as long as they can stay healthy. And the Denver Nuggets, who added some depth and had the best player in the world. This is the first year where I feel like, damn, all 3 of our teams could win a championship and have a parade. Zach.
Crazy, man. And the fact that lives within reality is insane. And that's why, to a certain degree, we talk about these teams and we're trying to find nooks and crannies for them to get better, and we're going to talk about them critically at times. But we also have to remind ourselves, man, there will be a time where the sports cycle will do exactly that, and there'll be a new king of the jungle, and just how it works out in nature. Things will cycle down, and the Nuggets will be down like they were prior to this era. The Avs were down. I think they were the worst team in the sport, I want to say, before this era really kicked off.
Yeah.
And it just happened. So we need to.
And the Rockies, maybe then. The Rockies are good.
But
maybe then.
But right now, we have to be cognizant and remember that, man, this is a really fun period of time to be a Denver sports fan.
We're spoiled. We're spoiled. We get to watch our teams go out there, play their hearts out, and win these games. And everything is better when you're winning, not just for the players and the coaches, but for us fans. Like, we go to work and we get to brag about our teams winning these games. We get to brag about our teams having a chance to win it all, to have a chance to have a parade, Zach. That's what it's all about to us, is to be able to brag about our sports teams being on top.
Yeah. Among the three, here's the before we decide who has the best chance to win here. Here are the current odds. The Denver Broncos are 14-1 to win the Super Bowl. All right, so a $25 bet on Broncos to win it all. If they went and won it all, it's 25 times 14. That's what 14-1 means. So that $25 wager would win you a net winnings of $350. So really nice return. By the way, they are not near the top, right? And judging just by 14-1, you may have figured that out. They are, depending where you look, the 8th or 9th team in line from an odds standpoint, despite currently being the number 1 seed. So that's crazy. So even though they're on this heater, the odds makers still are like, we're not all in on you.
Yeah.
The Nuggets are 5-1 to win the NBA championship as of this morning. And it's crazy, man, because how often have we said these two teams mirror one another? The Avs are also an identical 5-1 to win the Stanley Cup, just like the Nuggets are. So, with that understanding, which of these teams has the best chance to win it all?
You know, Zach, I'm going to have to go with the Colorado Avalanche. And here's why. Jared Bednar has been there since 2016. He has done it before. He has won it. He knows he has to get back to the top. He has all the pieces to do that. You have some of the best players in the world on your team, and Nate Dogg and Kale, and you have depth. It's not just the top line. You got the bottom lines too, the bottom 6 doing the same thing. You finally have 2 goalies that you can count on. Wedgie's playing out of his mind right now, and Blackwood, although he's struggling at times, he needs to just get into a rhythm. He's coming off an injury.
He'll settle in.
The penalty kill is phenomenal, and we're doing a great job. The power play has to get better, but that's the only weakness with this team. And so with that being said, you should be able to win it. This is more of a cup or bust year. McFarland has done a great job of putting this roster together. Now, you got to get out that second round, and if you can, my guessing is you're winning the cup if you're the Colorado Avalanche, since they've struggled in the past. So, Zach, I would have to put the Colorado Avalanche as my number 1 in the power rankings.
Yeah, man, it's hard to disagree for a lot of the same reasons that you brought up. Experience with the coach, experience with the core on what it takes. They are as deep as they have been since 2022. And in 2022, like, we have a tendency to forget, the Avalanche were overcoming their goaltending. The Avs, a goaltender at the time, had the worst save percentage of any Cup champion in 20 years. That's not this situation. They're better in goal, and defensively, they are reminding me of the 2022 team. So you have the same, or similar, I should say, defense in front of someone like Scott Wedgwood or Mackenzie Blackwood, who are better than they were in 2022. So, yeah, I think I agree. I think it's the Avs. I think it's the Avs. And then for me, second most likely, and I'm not just going with the odds just to go with the odds.
Yeah.
I think the Denver Nuggets have to be over the Broncos as well, because of some of the same reasons we talked about. Like, we have experienced players who have done it. 4/5 of the starting lineup have already done it.
Yeah.
And you have the best player in the world with a fortified supporting cast around him. It's going to be tough because OKC is a juggernaut right now. They are 14-1, and their second best player, J-Dub, hasn't played in a game yet.
That's insane.
Hasn't played in a game yet.
Come on. I'm going to have to go with the Denver Broncos number 2 because it's one-off games. And we've been having these conversations about should the Colts win or should the Chiefs win. If the Chiefs end up beating the Colts, it seems like it's an easier way to get that number 1 seed. You get the number 1 seed, now you're only having to play 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. And not only are you playing those 2 games, you're playing them here at Empower Field, right in front of us. The home crowd going crazy. So I would have to do the Denver Broncos because it's one-off games. You have Sean Payton, who has done it before, where David Adelman, we still don't know too much about him, and we still have to rely on Jamal Murray to be the best version of himself. And although it looks like he's going in that direction, do we trust it just yet, especially when it becomes health? Whereas for the Denver Broncos, the defense is just too damn good right now, Zach. So I would have it would be the Avs, Denver Broncos, then the Nuggets. And I know it sounds dirty to me to say that.
No, dude.
Because of Jokic.
Well. This is why I wanted to have the conversation, because it's champagne problems.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about one team that has the best core in the sport in the Avs, and I believe the best player in the sport as well. Two of the top three, I would even say. And then this other team has unarguably or inarguably, whatever it is, Jokic is the best player in that sport in a way that it can be argued in the NHL. And then the Broncos have the league's best defense that just went up against Kansas City and held them under 20 points for the 5th consecutive time, and are on the longest winning streak in the NFL with the longest home winning streak in the NFL. So there's just a lot going on in a really, really positive way here in Denver sports. So, all right, if you want to react to that conversation, you can hit us up, ramoslaw.com, text line 303-713-1043. Also, you just touched on it. Who should Broncos country be pulling for on Sunday in a matchup that will impact the Denver Broncos one way or the other? Colts or Chiefs? We put the poll out. We'll tell you what the early results are coming up next.
Has the regular season goal for the Denver Nuggets already been established?
This is a 2-team race in the entire NBA. There's 2 teams, and then there's everybody else. There's the Nuggets and Oklahoma City. And they both play in the same division. They both play in the same conference. And to me, this is just simply about a regular season race to see who can finish with a better record so that they have Game 7 in their building.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The holidays will be here before you know it, and for many families, that means excitement, but also stress. Between gifts, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out if you qualify. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Fuel up fast with lunch at the Lodge at Twin Peaks. Bite into a juicy cheeseburger and fries, fresh chicken Caesar salad, or turkey avocado smash with sweet potato fries. Hearty, quick, and made to satisfy. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Peyton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
I know some people think after a car accident, do I really need a lawyer? Hiring Postman Law isn't only about the courtroom. We're your single point of contact in a complicated claims process. We take on the insurance adjusters, organize your medical bills, coordinate with doctors, and make sure nothing gets missed. Get the outcome you deserve without the headache. Call 844-POSTMAN. When other firms promise, Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney Advertising.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids are going to grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices are going to be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings attached. So even though your kids will grow up and you still won't understand what 6-7 means, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Jim, it's late in the half here at Empower Field, and things are coming down to the wire at the concession stand.
Nachos are a solid choice, but Grant needs to finish strong here.
He scans his wallet and pulls out his Broncos checking debit card for 10% off.
Wow, savvy move. And with no surprise fees, he won't regret this order.
I don't know, Jim. That's a lot of cheese. Bank like a Bronco with Broncos checking from Int Credit Union. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
Bonnie from O'Meara Ford has convinced me they really want to earn your business. So, talk to me, Bonnie.
Well, O'Meara has over 1,000 vehicles to choose from. Plus, we have the largest service center in the region with 84 service bays. And we've sold 1 million vehicles since 1913. Our friendly staff will treat you right. And when it comes to repairs, our knowledgeable technicians do it right the first time.
There it is. O'Meara saves you time and money, whether you buy new or used. O'MearaFord.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, who should Broncos country be pulling for on Sunday in a matchup that, man, may make you feel uncomfortable with your answer? We'll get to that here in just a second. Time to call out another flyaway name, Mike Senna. You have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Mike Senna. Call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyway.com. Make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. Okay, so a little bit awkward of a situation here this weekend where Broncos country, each fan is going to have to decide for themselves who should Broncos country be pulling for, Colts or Chiefs. There's a little bit of downside and upside with each result. A win for the Colts would make it that much harder for Kansas City to make the playoffs.
The Chiefs currently have a 53% likelihood to make the playoffs. With a loss, this will take a real dive, obviously below 50%. How far below? Not sure. And that would also make it far less likely that you play the Chiefs in the playoffs. Because, guys, there is a very real scenario. If the Chiefs do go on a run, win 5 of 6, sneak into the playoffs, they could be coming to Denver as a 2 seed. All right, so
yeah, that's a little scary right there. Like you're giving Patrick Mahomes a chance to get back in the dance, which he's in there. He has done it multiple times, got to the Super Bowl, won it. Has Andy Reid sitting right there, Spagnuolo sitting right there in front of him too to help him out. That's a scary thing as a 7th seed, being the Chiefs, knowing that everybody's looking at them like, wow, you're a 7th seed, and they're probably gonna have a little bit more motivation. Man, but then again, Zach, the Chiefs win, and it puts us in a situation where we could be the number one seed, with both games being at home, which we're undefeated right now.
Right.
And you have one game less of trying to that you have to play to get to a Super Bowl. So you end up playing 2 games only, like the Kansas City Chiefs have been doing.
Right, before the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, and so that's the upside with pulling for Kansas City. It would make it that much more likely that the Broncos could be the top seed in the AFC. Because the Colts, see, guys, the tiebreaker comes down to your winning percentage, or the first tiebreaker anyway, your winning percentage against teams in the AFC. The Colts have more games left against AFC opponents. So they, in a way, they control their own destiny more than Denver does, even if you believe Denver's more likely to finish with the number 1 seed. If they win every game here moving forward, they're going to be the number 1 seed. Or even if they just beat all their AFC teams, they're likely going to be the number 1 seed. So there is upside and downside with each of these. This is the schedule left for Indianapolis. After this week against the Chiefs, and that game is in Kansas City, they have yet to play the Texans even once. So they have 2 games against the Texans in the last 6, and 2 games against the Jags in the last 6, with a game at Seattle in between those.
They got a tough schedule.
They do. So who would you be pulling for? Would you be pulling for Kansas City so the Broncos have a better chance at the number 1 seed? Or would you be pulling for the Colts to completely eliminate, not completely, but more than likely eliminate the Chiefs from the playoffs?
I'm gonna have to go with the Chiefs beating the Colts. I'm rooting for the Chiefs to beat the Colts because I want to have the number 1 seed. I want to have 2 playoff games here at home with Broncos country, yelling as loud as possible, making it hard for quarterbacks to hear themselves. I want us to have a chance to get to a Super Bowl where we only have to play 2 playoff games to get in to the Super Bowl. So that's why I want to cheer for the Chiefs to beat the Colts so that we can have that luxury to do that, and we can have 2 home playoff games. I'm ready for that, man. People probably hate me for that, but it's just,
they're going
to love what the Denver Broncos look like at that number 1 seed spot.
Yeah, right. And obviously, this week's not the last week of the season, so I feel like I need to say that. So regardless of what happens, things can still change because there's going to be 5 more games after this week. Our buddy Mike Rice just texted me, said, bury the Chiefs. Deal with the Colts later, if it even gets to that point. So I put a poll out. And just asked the folks on Twitter the same question that I just threw out here on the air. And with between 600 and 700 votes so far, 66% of the people who voted, now there's still 22 and a half hours left, so we'll see where this goes. But between 600 and 700 people who already have voted, 66% say they are rooting for the Colts.
All right.
Which I do understand because I think most Bronco fans just are not going to bring themselves to root for that team in red.
No, it's understandable. And a fun little fact when it comes to the Colts have beat Patrick Mahomes in regular season twice already. And the 2 times they have played in the regular season, they have beat them. So, Patrick Mahomes doesn't play well in the regular season against the Colts. Now, Patrick Mahomes beat the Colts in a playoff game, but in the regular season has struggled against the Colts.
All right, that's interesting context. Didn't realize until today that he has never beaten the Colts in the regular season. The other team to watch is the Patriots in terms of the number 1 seed. And again, so I don't think it's too early to be scoreboard watching here with 6 games left because the importance of this. How about this? And this is kind of crazy. So there's a guy named Jay Cornier, who's a buddy of mine based out of Vegas. And Jay Cornier ran the Superbook, the sports book that's been around in Vegas since the mid-'90s, all right? And he just recently retired. But he responded to the poll and said, most, if not all, sports books have Kansas City ahead of the Broncos to win the Super Bowl despite the records. No one wants to play the Chiefs in the playoffs. Go Colts. So even after, Dante, can you pull up the odds for the Super Bowl, if you don't mind? Even after Sunday, if some sports books still have Kansas City at 5-5 ahead of the Broncos, I think it's wild. And you want to know what? We do the analytics, the Football Power Index segment on Tuesday or Wednesday. We did it yesterday. The likelihood that the Broncos win the division, play in the AFC Championship game, win the Super Bowl, all that. But if you just look at that Football Power Index rankings and who they believe is the best team in the NFL, I swear I'm not making it up. They still have Kansas City as the top team in football.
As the top team.
And that's just the analytics. That's not someone's opinion. That's just the numbers and gathering every data point known to man, simulating the season tens of thousands of times. Dante, what does the Super Bowl odds look like right now?
So the Chiefs are the 5th most likely, according to the odds, and the Broncos come in at 9th. The Broncos are 5th within the AFC behind the Bills, the Colts, surprisingly, the Chiefs, and the Ravens.
Wow. Where are the Rams in there?
The Rams are first.
Rams are first. Well,
yes.
and what are their odds? Hold on, let me guess. Plus 450.
5.5 to 1.
5.5. Okay.
Plus 550.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Man, interesting times. Whoever thought we'd be doing this segment back in August? Scoreboard watching going into week 12.
And whoever thought that the Kansas City Chiefs would be 5-5 and yet still be favored to be one of the top teams to get back to the Super Bowl.
Crazy. A 53. So think about this. And we learned this yesterday. You can go back and listen on the Drive podcast at DenverSports.com, wherever you get your podcast. The Broncos' playoff probability is 97% right now. The Chiefs is 53%. But the Chiefs have better Super Bowl odds. Insanity. All right, guess who's going to get his first start in the NFL on Sunday? We'll talk about Shador's chances coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. It's time for me to fly. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, feeling cooped up this winter? Mark Schlereth here. You know these Colorado nights can get freezing cold with your furnace running nonstop just to keep things cozy. But here's the thing. While your heating system is working overtime, it's also blowing dust, dirt, and debris through your air ducts and straight into the air you breathe. That's where Ductworks comes in. Your trusted air duct cleaning experts. Using a powerful combination of scraping and vacuuming technology, the Ductworks team clears out years of buildup, grime, and other gunk hiding in your ductwork. The results? Cleaner, fresher air, better energy efficiency, and a healthier home or office for you and your family. Don't wait until spring. Breathe easier now with top-rated service from Ductworks. Call them at 303-425-0985 or visit them online today at ductworks.com for a free residential or commercial estimate.
303-425-0985.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. When you buy an engagement ring or fine jewelry gift from Shane Company, you get more than what you paid for. Our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. It covers everything. There's no fine print. You'll get unlimited cleanings, resizings, and repairs. Plus, it even protects your engagement ring's center stone. We stand behind the quality of our jewelry, and that's our gift to you this holiday. Peace of mind. Because a friend knows the best things in life are free. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage doors is what we do. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Let's move you to the front because it's Soda Weight Loss. You could drop the belly fat and gain your confidence back, just like Ramon.
I used to dread those pictures. I'd position myself behind someone taller or make sure I was holding a plate so nobody focused on my belly. But that was before Soda. Soda gave me more than a smaller waistline. It gave me back the confidence to wear what I want. And they make it simple. No injections, no hunger, just a plan that works.
Soda Weight Loss is built for busy people like you.
I lost 82 pounds in just 16 weeks. No hunger, no drugs, just steady, real-life progress with the nutritionist who helps you every step of the way.
That's why Soda has nearly 9,000 Google reviews. And right now, the most popular offer of the season is back. Join today and your partner joins free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
1877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids.
1-877-CARS for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss, presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Wednesday. Dropping by, give you a little taster of Denver sports tonight. It's Emilio Piro. What up, AP?
What's up, fellas? How we doing today?
Doing okay. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm excited for this Broncos bye week, a chance to kind of recharge the batteries here a little bit. I also think it came at the perfect time for the Denver Broncos. So get some housekeeping done. Of course, the final home game for CU coming up on Saturday. I'll be there as well. So all is well. All is well.
Who are you voting or not voting for? Who who are you rooting for this Sunday? Kansas City, Indianapolis. Indianapolis wins, has a chance to knock KC way down in the playoff odds, and it could effectively eliminate them from the playoffs. If they're a literal coin flip right now, if they lose that game, they would need to win out and have help. Or are you rooting for Kansas City because Indianapolis actually controls their own fate because they play more AFC teams down the stretch, and the tiebreaker will go winning percentage against the AFC? So a KC win actually improves the Broncos' chances of the number 1 seed, which would obviously get you the bye in the first round and home field throughout the playoffs.
I know it's sacrilegious, but I think you got to root for Kansas City, right? You got to control what you can control to a certain extent. The Broncos got to win the rest of their games, but Indianapolis' schedule as well is a little funky down the stretch, some tough games for them. But, you beat Kansas City once. You got to try to beat them again when you play them coming up here in about a month or so. So I think you got to root for the Chiefs, right? Take out the Colts for us a little bit, try to help work up the division.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I said. I'm like, hey, we have a chance to be number 1 in the division, have the number 1 seed, have 2 playoff games here. We just need to win 2 playoff games to get to a Super Bowl. Like, sign me up for that. I mean, it's the Denver Broncos, the first time in a long time doing this. Let's do it the right way. So, and of course, like you just got done saying, control the controllables.
This Sunday, Shedeur Sanders will start his first game in the NFL.
Do the Shedeur.
People are doing the Shedeur all right as they stood over his lifeless body this past weekend. What are you expecting to see from the rookie quarterback, Phil?
A better version of Shedeur Sanders, a guy that's gonna be going into a game well prepared, that has had all the reps during practice. Because newsflash, guys, just because you're the backup quarterback does not mean you're getting reps in practice. You may get 1 or 2 reps in practice, literally. You're usually the practice squad quarterback still so that you can get your reps. So you have someone like Shedeur Sanders who is going to be all in with the iPad every single night, with the attention to detail on the football field. So am I saying that he's going to go out there and light it up? No. Am I saying is he going to look better than what he did against the Baltimore Ravens when he had to come in halfway through that game when he's cold and tight? Yes, he's going to play a lot better than he did against the Baltimore Ravens.
What do you think, AP?
I agree with Phil, and I think for Shedeur, and really for myself as well, is you want to just see him look the part, right? I thought some of the criticism that was thrown his way last week, fair or unfair, right? I mean, he was the 5th-round draft pick, didn't play at all, no reps with the first team. Like, it's hard to come in a game that cold and be successful.
Yeah.
So now I'm just curious to see what he looks like with a full week of practice, going up, practicing with the ones as well. It also helps him that he's playing the Raiders. It seems like the Raiders always give up these obscure games to backup quarterbacks and whatnot. So I think it's just a matter of Shedeur looking comfortable out there.
Yeah, and there couldn't be probably right now, and maybe 1 or 2 others could be on the list as well, but there's not many teams that you could script for him to have his first start against. The Raiders are very bad. They are 2 wins, 8 losses, but one of the wins came in week number 1. Believe it or not, you guys remember the Raiders beat the Patriots week 1.
Yeah.
20-13. They have 1 win since then. They've lost 8 of 9. So yeah, it's an advantageous spot for Shedeur Sanders, who earlier today said, "I'm the guy. I'm the guy." So we shall see. Time will tell on that. It's not a great situation there in Cleveland. So 2 not great situations going head-to-head. And I would imagine half of the crowd there in Vegas is going to be Browns fans.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see what that looks like. And getting all those reps, we'll see what the cumulative effect of that is on Sunday. What Denver sports team, we had this conversation earlier today. I'm looking at the ESPN power rankings. Broncos are 5th. Mm-hmm. Nuggets are 2nd. This is ESPN. Avs are 1st. This is only going to be the 4th time ever, in addition to 2003, 2005, and last year, that these 3 teams are in the playoffs at the same time. In your estimation, Who do you think is the most likely champion to emerge from these three if there can only be one?
I think it's got to be the Denver Nuggets. And I like the Avalanche chances as well. I think they're playing excellent hockey. Only one loss in regulation at home, at least so far this season. So they've been cleaning up. They got to get better on the power play as well. We like the goaltending situation. But when you got the best player in the world, and Nikola Jokic, and a deep bench, with some rejuvenated players, and Jamal Murray's locked in, I think it's got to be Denver. It's a no-excuse season for the Nuggets, just like it is for the Avalanche as well. Some more parity in hockey, though, I feel like, than the NBA.
Yep. Reasonable minds can disagree on this one, but it's a champagne conversation, right? It's a champagne conversation.
Love to have it.
All right, so long for now. A really fun show. Appreciate you guys rocking with us here on a Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock here on The Drive. We step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
Is R.J. Harvey ready to take over the Broncos' backfield?
R.J. Harvey ain't ready. He's not ready. Too much pitter-patter.
I think R.J. Harvey has already established himself in what he is, at least for this year. And that is a guy that's really good out of the backfield catching the ball.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about how you're feeling at the backstretch of this Wednesday. Are you ready for it to be the backstretch of a Friday? Can't possibly see how you're going to make it through tomorrow because you're feeling sluggish. You have low energy. Maybe your sleep patterns are off. All right? You're not making it to the gym as much as you used to. And when you do drag yourself there, it feels exactly like that, a drag. And maybe because of all this, you're putting on weight, and hopefully you're not feeling sad or depressed. Guys, believe it or not, all these symptoms can be tied back to low testosterone. Go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com and take their low T quiz on their website. Simple 10-question quiz, yes or no answers, takes you 2 minutes or less. But from there, you can schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They'll draw your blood. They'll have the results within 30 minutes. A Colorado licensed medical provider will review those results with you, discuss your options, and you'll make a decision together with their medical team. There's no pressure. It doesn't break the bank either. That appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is completely free. Fellas, we have one life to live. Don't spend yours wondering if you are suffering from low testosterone. Go take the low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop our Black Friday event for up to 65% off in-store or at hellsberg.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, a new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only.